Welcome, welcome. Hi. Hey, Rose. Welcome, sis. Good to see you. Happy. What day is today? What day is today? Tuesday? I'm losing track of the days. Good evening, no. Oh no, not at all. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no, it didn't. It almost, let me tell you, when I'm done all this hoopla and hollering, I sleep like a baby. I'm telling you, when I hit the bed, boom, I don't sleep. Oh no, no, not at all. Oh girl, shoot. If I I didn't even feel any type of way at all. I didn't feel any type of way. I'm very for me, this is very important for me. So as long as I'm able to get out my thoughts and say what I want to say, do what I can, I sleep like I know they stress. So the funny thing is that some I know people have reached out to me, email, and they say, hey, this thing, mental health, you gotta, make sure you take care of yourself. Don't, and I'm like, you would don't understand. The kind of person once this life is done, I know they nothing. Like I'm either reading a book or I'm doing some research or something for my own personal stuff. And I feel go make tea, stretch out my leg, listen to better music. Before I know it, the apple sleep don't come. Or if now I know they watch TV, so I'll just probably look for funny clips, comedy, and just laugh, find things to laugh about. And once that's done, almost once sleep come, nothing dey happen. I dey get my 7 8 hours solid, sometimes 9 sef. Sometimes I go dey struggle. When I wake up, I go dey struggle to I go dey think, should I? Maybe I should not even bother today. Maybe just sleep the rest of the day. So yeah. But I really truly appreciate your concern, to be honest. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, Michael, welcome. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. I just want to say they make shakara now. May they not say, this girl every time politics, yeah, shout, brag, brag, brag. Sometimes I go just say, waiting. Make these people not say, I no send though. I be jaye outside of all of this. Yeah, Michael, don't land. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for yesterday, guys. I really appreciate it. Was a great conversation, by the way. I'm going to share my link shortly, but I won't play some videos. I get some videos when I want make we see, and then we will talk and everything. A lot of takes so far. And by the way, I hear say they don't release the 11 personnels when they hold for Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso don't release them. So that's the latest, at least on that end, because all kinds of propaganda was flying up and down the place, and everybody was on high tension, like is is T-Pain about to take us to another level that we don't know? You understand? I don't know if it's about nice. I think the man is security first, because what the Nigerian people explained, personnel explained, was that they were on their way to Portugal or something, and They were flying, and they discovered something technically wrong with the aircraft, and they needed to land. So it was more like an emergency landing for them than any other thing, so that they could check. They said the Burkina Faso was really nice to them, and they helped them check, they were there for them to help them check what was wrong with the craft and all of that, and they let them go afterwards. So they didn't file and find anything, you know what I mean? So I don't know everything at this time. Everybody has their own different thoughts, and everybody can be right. We don't know. Say now we have trust issues in Africa amongst Nigerians. We get a lot of trust issues. Tinubu's government is not helping the situation. So if they say one thing, you are thinking 100 things at the same time, because these people are not straightforward. By the way, another thing I want to add is that your Senate has approved for T-Pain to invade Benin. Okay, thank you very much, Rose. Oh, God will bless you. Abeg o, make una help me like make una help me like this show. Abeg, make una no do like yesterday when we say we come dey struggle for likes. Abeg, make una help me like. Yeah, the Senate immediately they sign, they authorize, they approve for Agbado, for T-Pain to invade Benin. You see, the funny thing, when they were wanted to invade the Niger Republic on behalf of France. Thank you very much, Canary. Please help me tell them. Get the likes up. I don't know. Some people don't like what I'm saying here. It's okay. Like it, so that next time, even if you don't like what I'm saying, you would have the opportunity to say, we don't like what you're saying in my comment section. That will give you the opportunity to do that. But if you're not liking, please help me to get the likes up as you come in. And I know some of you struggle with liking, so I'm going to say, double tap on your screen device, or click on the three dots on the right hand side and like the show. It's that easy. You like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Folashade, welcome. You understand? So the Senate has approved for T-Pain to invade Benin. Now, I was going to say this. When Niger, they were trying to invade Niger after the military coup, what happened? The North, in fact, and Nigerians, even me, myself here, if you go down, look through my content and all of that, you're going to see that we talked about it. We're like, no, we're not going to invade Niger. Niger is a neighbor. See Niger, see North. Do you understand? Like, we don't want any trouble. The Northerners too strong. They were even doing videos. They were like, no, we are not fighting. We are not going to force us to go to fight with our brothers and sisters in Niger. And that didn't happen. But guess what? Benin Republic happened. Benin, that is close to Lagos. Cotonou is close to Lagos. See Lagos, see Cotonou. It's part of the West. You can say Benin Republic is part of the West. And I don't know what's wrong with Southern leaders. To be honest, the Southern leaders you have are the most punk ass, sorry, excuse my French, politicians who ever had. They just get along anything. Did you also hear that Fubara has joined APC? Did you also hear that Fubara has now joined? Fubara is even giving speech saying that you have to join APC in order for you to get any, you have to, So yeah, nobody, the South, I didn't hear any, especially from the West, the Yoruba people standing up and saying no, because there are a lot of Nigerians, especially Yoruba people, who live in Benin. You'll be shocked that even most of their leaders have Yoruba ancestry. It's pathetic. We've hit the floor globally. Nobody rates Nigeria again. Nigeria tilule, it has fallen down completely. None of them stood up. None of the Yoruba governors stood up and say lie, not on our. The North in the Senate, the Northerners were like, no, it's not going to happen for Niger. You see, say they won't invade Benin. None of the leaders stood up. None of the Western governors say, lie, we're not going to agree. We're not going to accept it. These are our people. We're not going to fight our people on behalf of some strangers. I did not see the outrage. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that something? You have a bunch of losers for leaders in the South. Another thing I want to quickly say, because I don't want to forget this, is Atiku is coming out ADC, and they are all saying, "Oh, Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi." Clearly, it is a party that belongs to Atiku, that Atiku is going to run on. Why is it that these people feel entitled to always want to be president and want to make a southern person second best? Why? Why are southerners? Why are we not asking that question? Because me, as someone who comes from the designated South, I'm pissed by that. This is the turn of the South. Why is Atiku not sitting his ass out on this one? Guys, please help me to double tap your screen device to like if you haven't already done so. Please. Do you understand? Why? Why is he coming out? Why is he even coming out? Why is he having the audacity to come out and say he wants to run? Everybody knows ADC is for Atiku. Everybody. And sometimes I wonder, you see some southern people say, oh, you never know. They will not give it to him. He has to come through a northern. Hello? The northerners that are doing crazy things to ensure that they are staying in power, do they have two heads? No wonder they don't rate us in the South. Because we just get along, and you have your useless leaders who will line up behind them. Even I hear say, who was it that was telling me? Was it Michael? Is it you that told me that Wike is now wearing skull cap and long jalabia? Whether I don't turn to Alaji, because that's what normally happens. Once they get into power, you see them switching. They become Muslim. Next thing, they are practicing Muslims. Do you understand? It's very annoying. This man is a usurper. He comes, he always wants to take the position that does not belong to him. I like the stance, Peter Obi. I like his stance on this. Nobody's going to push that man. Even if he chooses to go and run from a party that only has two people inside, we will follow him there. It's very frustrating. It's annoying. And to watch southern leaders, they claim to be leaders. They don't have the balls. None of them have the losers. Majority of them. They can't even stand up and say no. Look at ordinary Benin for here. When we say some of us, some of us, they go buy markets that time. I had friends who used to sell things between Benin and Lagos. Sharp, they don't go come back, sell their markets. So as they are now saying they want to invade, nobody for Senate say lie, not on our watch. Our brothers and sisters from Benin, see Nigeria. People send their kids. Nigerians send their kids to Benin. Do you know how many Nigerians are in Benin Republic? I don't think people are thinking this thing through. The southerners, especially the Yoruba governors, none of them stood up and said never. Hey, God, I beg you. During Niger own, oh my God, these people were making a lot of noise. We follow them make the noise now. We say, yeah, why you want to go and send brother to go and be buying brother? Please continue to like the screen device. Let me start playing the videos for you. Let me quickly go through the comments. Tracy, welcome. Oh, I not see you. Atiku na serious intruder. One of your favorite producers is from Benin. His name is Wale. You see him? Thank you for Lashade. I don't know. I'm asking. This is a question, really. Everybody should think about it. If you have opinions, put it there. I'll share my link after the videos. But is there a way out of this APC mess? Because this man, I think, Tinubu is carrying us to where we don't know. He's taking Nigeria to where he does not know. Tinubu is taking Nigeria to where we do not know. Anyway, Actually, I keep saying we don't have leaders in Nigeria. We don't get leaders. We know if I dey talk am, some people go say, "Oh my, no, don't say that. Don't say that." Okay, I go let una listen to one video now. Una wait oh. Can you see? Let me know if you can see. Oh, I'm going to put it on now.
Who's been a vocal advocate for victims of attacks in Nigeria's Middle Belt region and beyond. A special counsel for the Justice for Jos project, Barrister Ogebe, has documented mass atrocities.
Guys, please continue to double tap
mental health
to
support
like
and relocation services to survivors of religious and communal violence. His work,
I'm telling you, Afro, welcome, Afro original, welcome.
Nigeria, making him a key figure in the debate over President Trump's allegations
of
genocide in the country. Mr. Ogebe's advocacy has contributed to significant policy outcomes.
Exactly,
the US designation of Boko Haram as a foreign terrorist organization and the International Criminal Court's acknowledgement of the group's crimes against humanity. He's also worked tirelessly to raise awareness about the humanitarian crisis in Nigeria, pushing for intervention and accountability for perpetrators.
Hey, did you know that SMUD is now paying Sacramento homeowners thousands of dollars?
So, as US-Nigeria relations face increased tension, I'm joined now in the studio by the international human rights lawyer.
Hey, Mr. Ferreira, long time. Welcome, my brother. Greetings, so especially to you. Special shout out.
Violence, security,
Thank
and
you.
Human rights in Nigeria. Thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Always a pleasure, Charles.
I know you're just literally flying in, so we appreciate your coming in here with all the jet lag and all the rest of it that goes with it. Let me start by asking you this. President Trump recently designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern over alleged Christian persecution. Do you believe this designation is justified?
So, the designation is justified and has been justified for many years. The commission that does the recommendation started recommending, I think, in 2009. So for about 15 years, they've been recommending, and it's only happened twice. Now, some of us thought it should have happened way earlier. And the law was passed in 98. It was one of the first bills I advocated on the Hill for. And by the year 2000, we had the Sharia riots in northern Nigeria that killed 3,000 Christians across 4 states. And so at that time, they should have recommended Nigeria for designation. But what happened was, because it was a new law, new agency, all of that, the delegation that was doing the fact-finding came, they met with northern governors, and they hadn't met anyone from the federal government. So it wasn't until I facilitated that meeting, and the federal government said, look, it's the states that are doing this, it's not us. So they decided not to designate the states for it.
You are, of course, an internationally recognized human rights lawyer who has represented victims of attacks across Nigeria, including the Middle Belt. How challenging would you say this issue of alleged Christian genocide is for you as you straddle the fence between the US and Nigeria?
So, I mean, it's very depressing work, because I have to say that when we were advocating for democracy against the military in the 90s, those of us in the opposition in diaspora said, look, let's downgrade all our mini fights, all the Middle Belt of Goni issue, let's focus on getting the military out. Once they're out, democracy will resolve our problems. Unfortunately, none of us would have anticipated that Nigerians would be dying in droves like they are now. And two very quick examples that illustrate this. The first is, on June 13th, there was a massacre in Yelwata. And the number of people killed that night, 278, was more than the people killed in the war between Iran and Israel.
Now they hear?
Missiles and airplanes were used. So people with machetes and AK-47s killed more people by June 8th. Another quick example, of course, is in Plateau State. On Palm Sunday, there was a massacre in Ukraine. Russia bombed the bus and killed 32 people, civilians. That is being investigated as a war crime by the ICC. But guess what? That same night, 54 people were slaughtered in ZK Plateau State. One of the women that were helping, 7 members of her family killed, including her husband and her kids. And her hand was slashed off. We just got her a prosthetic arm. But that is what genocide looks like.
Yeah, but is it, were they being killed because they were Christians, or was this communal violence?
All right, so...
just as an adjunct to that question, are you also aware of the fact that a lot of Muslims are being killed in Nigeria?
No, there's no doubt that there is collateral damage. But the fact of the matter
I like
is,
that.
in
Yes.
the US, a couple of weeks ago, a National Guardswoman was shot in the head by a guy screaming, "God is great," in Arabic. The people who
Alakuba.
killed Alice's family were screaming, "God is great." You cannot look at both situations and say religion was not a factor. And so it's very clear. These folks are very systematic because they look at the communities that they fall within a certain identity and they target them. Now, I'm from Benue State, which is over 90% Christian. We don't have indigenous Fulani communities. So the attackers coming from other states and other countries and attack and kill us.
Yeah, but there's the argument that a lot of them come in driven by other factors other than religion. In other words, the point that is being made is that nobody is denying that there's killing taking place, but that the factors that make these attacks, that drive these attacks, is not religion. They're not going to say, okay, let's go and attack Christian communities or whatever. They just say, well, there's land over there, we want that land, we're going to get rid of whoever is in it.
Oh
and take
my
over
God,
that
welcome.
Well,
Hey.
it doesn't quite work out that way. The message is let's go and
My
take
goodness.
out the infidels. So from the very beginning, there's a religious connotation. I think on your show some time ago, I told the story of how the spouse of a judge hired a Fulani to take care of his cattle. And then one day the man came back and said, I nearly killed an idiot infidel today. And he said, why? He said, I was grazing the cow on his farm and he was resisting. And the spouse of the judge panicked and said, I can't have my agent killing people because that's effectively me. And so he fired the Fulani guy. The next Fulani guy he hired disappeared with his cattle. He got the police involved, and at a point, people told him, listen, if you don't let this guy go away with it, he'll come after you. And so he gave up on that. After your show, I ran into the spouse of the Supreme Court Justice, and he said, I heard that story, and it sounded like my story. I said, my Lord, it was yours.
Right.
So we're saying that judicial officers are frustrated because of the impunity of these people.
So based on what you're saying, I'm assuming you're one of those who's been highlighting this issue as a specific Christian genocide in America where you operate from it.
I think that the facts are clear, they're established, and there's no doubt. For example, Mohammed Yusuf.
When you say the facts are clear, established by who? Because there's still fact-finding missions taking place.
Well, there was a process that led up to the FTO designation of Boko Haram. I did a 75-page brief. We showed how Boko Haram had killed citizens of 15 countries. People don't realize the extent to which it went. Boko Haram has attacked American citizens. My friend was in the UN building that was bombed. An FBI agent working at the US Embassy in Abuja was bombed in the police headquarters bombing. So this have all happened. Americans have been abducted by Fulani headsmen, and special forces have come in to Nigeria and rescued them covertly. And this is not known publicly. So they have access to way more information than we have. But the point I was going to make was that Mohammed Yusuf preached, and he said, listen, you were wiping out the infidels. He said, Yaradua flew me on a presidential jet and begged me to stop killing the infidels, and I'm not going to do it. This have been transcribed.
Did you people hear that? Did you hear that word? Your president one that they praise, like say it's sweeter than ice cream and all of that. Yaradua was such a golden boy. Oh, golden. Oh, golden. Oh, boy, golden. He wanted to do, he had all these many things he wanted to do for Nigeria. Oh, that is such a terrible thing. He buy, do am. You hear, say the man, he carry people when they buy Nigerians, put for inside aircraft. They beg terrorists. Terrorists say no, he no agree. Can you imagine how long ago this thing they cover around under their rapper since? These people have been hiding fire under their rapper since. Hell, your southern leaders are the worst. I'm not even going to sugar. Maybe we take him again. Be like so now not here. I think it's only me that heard it. Let's go back.
Going to make was that Mohammed Yusuf preached, and he said, listen, you were wiping out the infidels. He said, Yaradua flew me on a presidential jet and begged me to stop killing infidels, and I'm not going to do it.
Bam.
These have been transcribed. We have the videos. We've transcribed them. We've handed them around. And in fact, I think some of them were presented to the delegation today. So there's no doubt that there are certain people who are conducting genocide. And that's Boko Haram. Let me go to the Fulanis, the Fulani ethnic militia, as they're called. One of their hallmarks of their atrocities is a pregnant woman on a farm. They will slaughter her. But then they will split open her abdomen, pull out the fetus, and butcher it. It doesn't get more graphic than that. Now, there are some who say they want to instill terror on whoever comes to the scene afterwards. But I say, attacking the fetus, you are trying to eliminate and end these people. And to conclude on this thought, there are over 300 communities in middle belts of Nigeria now that have been sacked and are occupied by Fulani ethnic militia. And I can't point to one Fulani village that has been occupied.
Right.
by
I have to say
anyone
that bit about cutting open a woman's stomach, I haven't actually heard that before.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know, I haven't seen any evidence to support that. But, I mean, that's
Charles,
the-
I beg you. Why do you
say
blow
that-
it all?
Do you think,
They
for
speak
example,
English.
or how would you react when critics say to
You want to see it? Go to the north now.
highlighting these, I have to say, alleged atrocities against Christian groups specifically in Nigeria, that you might be perceived as fueling religious tensions in this country?
Well, the people who are fueling religious tensions are the people who are killing others and chanting the name of God and the greatness of God. Okay? And so basically what we're seeing is
But there are revenge attacks, though. I mean, that there are attacks from the other side against the other
Excuse
side.
you,
aren't there?
Charles.
we keep hearing that there are clashes. And excuse me, when you come into a community
Thank
and
you.
you kill a 3-year and a 4-year-old, a 3 and a 4-year-old cannot clash with you. When you attack me in my home as I'm sleeping and you burn me alive with my family, that is not a clash. We keep missing the point that these are invaders who are coming in and wiping out people on ancestral lines. It's not a clash.
Well, I mean, you're a lawyer, and I'm not trying to justify before people start going, "Oh, his brother." We don't take sides. We're simply trying to.
You are
assess
taking
the
sides.
evidence. I mean,
You dey fear, Charles.
we've
You want
heard
no
of
one
people
go
who say,
jail.
"Oh, some of these Fulani herdsmen were seen somewhere, and the youths of the village mobilized and went and killed, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 of them, and then these people come back and kill 20, 30, 40 of your own." I mean, nobody's sort of sitting there saying, "Well, we killed 5, so technically you ought to kill 5 as well." You see what I mean?
Well,
What it is basically is that if you hit me with a stick, in order to stop you coming back to hit me again, I'm going to hit you with a sledgehammer. I mean, and I'm saying that it works both ways. You see what I mean? That's why people say that this is a very, very complicated affair, very complex affair, that even a lot of Nigerians themselves don't quite get their heads around it, not to talk of the Americans who are not part of this society.
Well, fortunately, they can look at the data and it's pretty clear, what is happening. I'll give a quick example. In June of 2018, there was a massacre in Plateau State. That weekend, over 200 people were slaughtered. Now, in one particular village, 86 people were killed. There was only one Muslim who was killed. And why he was killed was they didn't identify him as a Muslim. He died as collateral damage. But here's where it gets interesting. A Muslim cleric hid 300 Christians in his mosque, and he refused to allow the attackers to kill them. And he has been hailed as a hero. And at that time, the US government was denying that it was a religious thing. But the fact remains that he saved 300 Christians in his mosque. That was the protection. So we can't deny the obvious. And just to wrap up on that, the International Criminal Court, I did a lot of work with the International Criminal Court to get them to even begin investigating Boko Haram. I went to them, I sat down with the prosecutors, I said, the Boko Haram blew up the UN building. Your fellow UN civil servants, why are you not looking into that? And it's amazing some of the lapses we've seen. And after they investigated, they finally indicted not only Boko Haram, but the Nigerian army for atrocities. They have indictments as we speak. It is a lack of political will to proceed. That's why it hasn't happened.
So how do you think the US government can balance its concerns about religious freedom with the need to support Nigeria's efforts to address security challenges in this country?
Now, so let me point out that the US and Nigeria have had amazing historic.
Heating companies get pissed when you do this, but they can't do a damn thing about it. This heater warm.
And if we just look at, the last 25 years of democracy, I kid you not, this is what happened. President Obasanjo, incidentally, is the only Nigerian president who was first to host an American president in in Nigeria, and also the last to host one, because he hosted Jimmy Carter and ultimately he hosted Clinton and Bush. Now, here is what is interesting. When 9/11 happened, Obasanjo was so close to Bush that he flew to the US, sat side by side with him, and told them, "We will send you 3,000 Nigerian firefighters to help you." Nigeria was trying to help the US. Now, this is interesting because when Obasanjo and Clinton had a good relationship, and over. Obasanjo was concerned when Bush invited him. I happened to be in the country. I happened to meet him. That was my first time meeting him. And I said to him, I said, Mr. President, he said, I'm worried. I don't know why this guy invited me. I said, you have nothing to worry about. You have more in common with this guy than you realize. And what had happened was Bush wanted to do a hallmark activity with an African president on HIV/AIDS. They wanted to go to South Africa, but the president then was controversial. Well, Obasanjo had hosted a summit on HIV/AIDS, and they said, this is a guy we can work with. That's how the Americans are. They study things. Now, right now, we're at the point where there's a real drift. As recently as 2 years ago, the US wanted Tinubu to invade Niger and kick out the Kupis, and that didn't fly. And so this year, they're at the point where they're saying, if you will not protect your own people from being killed, we'll go ahead and do it ourselves.
Well, that brings me, because we've literally got a minute and a half or so left. I'm sure you know that we talked about this US Congressional Fact-Finding Mission that's been visiting Nigeria. The federal government, Christian leaders, victims, Congressman Riley Moore appears to be a fundamentalist Christian, because, I mean, in all his tweets and so on, he's going on about this, that, or the other thing, and a big critic of the Nigerian government's handling of this issue of alleged Christian genocide. I mean, he's the one leading the group. Do you think they're here with an open mind, or are their minds already made up?
Well, the thing is, in fairness to the Republicans, they are a bit more honest about their assessments than the Democrats do. The Democrats just deny. But I noticed that he came here with a Gulfstream jet. The congressional delegations that have come to Nigeria before usually come commercial. But that shows you how serious this is on the two-term poll if the president allowed him to take a jet to come to Nigeria and do this fact-finding. So I think they really took it seriously. And I think that the evidence will speak for itself.
Emmanuel, I want to thank you very much indeed. It's really good to have you here. Thank you very much indeed for coming.
So, not here, oh. Yeah, all those people that come and say Yaradua this, Yaradua that. I want you people to come and hear now. You don't take. It's been a long time coming. Now, this is a very important video. Shout out to Jude Bella. This guy does incredible style of investigation and telling stories. My goodness. If you don't know who Jude Bella is, please find him on YouTube. The guy is amazing. Anyway, let's listen to this.
Hours of December 7th.
Hold on 1 second. Okay.
It began in the early hours of December 7th, 2025. Gunfire echoes through Cotonou, Benin's largest city. Residents wake to confusion spreading through WhatsApp.
I'm telling you, Kene, bam.
Then, state television flickers to life with an image that hasn't been seen in Benin for 53 years. Soldiers in combat fatigues, armed, sitting behind a desk, claiming they've just overthrown the government. The officer in charge cites a deteriorating security situation in the north and the government's disregard and neglect of our fallen brothers in arms. Within hours, loyalist forces storm back. The mutiny collapses. President Talon appears on television, vowing to punish the adventurers responsible for this coup attempt. Behind the scenes, Nigeria scrambles fighter jets to help Benin army retake the airwaves. By nightfall, it's all over. West African leaders breathe a collective sigh of relief. Another coup averted, democracy preserved. But here's what they are not telling you. The real coup in Benin happened some years ago. December 7th wasn't the beginning of this crisis. If anything, it was merely a symptom of the crisis that has been building since 2016. And that is the story I want to tell you. How one of Africa's most celebrated democracies became a cautionary tale, and why the world should be paying attention beyond the headlines of December 7th.
Military Committee for Refoundation, CMR, which met on Sunday, 7th of December 2025 in Cotonou, deliberated and decided the following. Mr. Patrice Talon is removed from office as President of the Republic.
To understand how shocking this moment was, you need to understand what Benin used to be. Between 1960 and 1972, the country, then called Dahomey, was a complete mess. 6 successful military coups in 12 years. Governments rose and fell like seasons. The military became the ultimate arbiter of power, stepping in whenever civilian politics collapsed. The last successful coup came on October 26, 1972, when Major Matthew Kereko led soldiers into a presidential meeting and simply announced it was over. He declared himself head of state, later transforming Benin into a Marxist-Leninist dictatorship that would last 17 years. But then, something extraordinary happened. By 1990, Kereko's regime ran out of money. Civil servants couldn't get paid for months, and the reason for this was not so hard to see. The Soviet Union was collapsing, and so was its support for all allied states. Benin's economy was in free fall, and people were angry. In February of that year, under mounting pressure, Kereko allowed something unprecedented, a national conference where 488 delegates from every corner of Benin society, including opposition parties, unions, churches, student groups, all gathered to decide the country's future. The conference declared itself sovereign, meaning Kereko couldn't overrule its decisions. They quickly drafted a new democratic constitution. They organized multi-party elections, and in March 1991, when the votes were counted, Kereko had lost. A dictator who had ruled for 19 years did something almost unthinkable in Africa. He accepted defeat and stepped down peacefully. Benin became the first African country to transition from dictatorship to democracy through the ballot box. It was a miracle, and for the next 25 years, that miracle held. Presidents came and went through elections. Power alternated peacefully. Even the same Kerekau returned at some point as a civilian politician. He won in 1996, then respected term limits and left in 2006. Freedom House rated Benin as free, a score of 82 out of 100 in 2017, one of the highest in Africa. The country had gone 53 years without a successful coup. In a region plagued by instability, Benin was the exception, the model, the success story. Then came Patrice Talon. In 2016, Talon was a political outsider, a self-made cotton magnate worth $400 million. He had earned the name King of Cotton for dominating Benin's most important export industry. He had been close to previous presidents, financing campaigns, working behind the scenes, but he had never held office himself. So, more like the Donald Trump of African politics. Well, his campaign pitch was seductive. He was a businessman who could run the country like a company. He promised to modernize the economy, fight corruption, and most remarkably, limit his own power. Talon pledged to serve only one term, arguing that a single 6-year term would prevent the complacency that came with re-election campaigns. 5 years means 5 years, his supporters repeated. In a region where presidents routinely altered constitutions to stay in power, this was revolutionary. And he won. On April 6, 2016, Talon took office. It was a peaceful transition. Democracy in Benin seemed as strong as ever, but almost immediately, something began to shift.
The citizens' vote as a means of expression of its accession to the democratic ideal must be rid of all restitutive or financial considerations.
Within months, Talon appointed Joseph Joubert, his personal lawyer and close friend, as Minister of Justice. 2 years later, in June 2018, Joubert was elevated to President of the Constitutional Court, the highest judicial authority in the country. This wasn't just another appointment. This was the capture of the referee. With Joubert at the helm, the Constitutional Court transformed from an independent watchdog into an instrument of presidential power. And then, the rules changed. In October 2018, Benin's National Assembly, increasingly stacked with Talon's allies, passed a new electoral code. On paper, the reform seemed reasonable. Streamline the chaotic party system, raise standards, make politics more professional. You see, Benin had over 200 registered parties, many of them tiny and inactive. According to Talon's government, this was ineffective. They argued that too much fragmentation made governance impossible. But look closer at what the law actually did. Parties now needed a certificate of conformity from the Interior Ministry to compete in elections. The requirements were opaque. The filing fee jumped to $427,000, nearly $500,000 just to register. Party membership requirements skyrocketed. You needed 1,555 founding members, up from just 120 before. Then came the real killer. To win seats in parliament, the party needed to capture at least 10% of the national vote. Anything less, and you got nothing. This wasn't just about quality control anymore. This was about pricing out competition and mathematically eliminating smaller parties. And it worked. When the deadline arrived for the April parliamentary elections, not a single opposition party had obtained the required certificate of conformity. Not one. The Election Commission disqualified every opposition party list. In the end, only 2 parties appeared on the ballot, both aligned with President Talon. So in essence, an election with 0 opposition. You could vote for Talon's party A or Talon's party B. That was the choice. The opposition saw what was happening and called for a protest. In February 2019, demonstrations erupted across Cotonou. People filled the streets, demanding the restoration of real democracy. The government's response was brutal. Police fired tear gas into crowds. And a 3-year-old former First Lady, Rosine Soglo, a sitting member of parliament at the time, was engulfed in choking flames. In the northern town of Kegibo, a protester was shot dead. And then came election day, April 28, 2019. The country was eerily quiet. Opposition supporters boycotted en masse. Official turnout was 27.1%, the lowest since 1991. Unofficial estimates put actual participation even lower, somewhere around 26%. It became clear to the people, this wasn't democracy anymore. But without opposition voices on the ballot, their only form of protest was absence. The result was exactly what you would expect. An 88-seat parliament with 100% loyalty to President Talon, not a single opposition voice. Within months, this rubber-stamped legislature passed constitutional amendments without a referendum, created a vice presidency filled with Talon's ally. They adjusted the electoral calendar, all done with no countervailing power, no debate, no checks. Benin's democracy didn't collapse. It was methodically dismantled, law by law, vote by vote, all perfectly legal on paper. That same year, Freedom House downgraded Benin from free to partly free. The poster child for African democracy had finally fallen. But Talon wasn't done. The 2019 parliamentary purge was just the beginning. To truly consolidate power, he needed to control not just who could run, but who could win the presidency. In 2019, a new rule was introduced. Any presidential candidate needed to be sponsored by at least 10% of the country's national deputies and mayors. In practice, that meant securing around 16 endorsements from the 109 members of parliament and 77 communal mayors. Now, here's the problem with that. After the 2019 elections, nearly all of those officials were loyal to Talon. The opposition had been systematically locked out of local and national government. So, when the 2021 presidential election approached, opposition candidates faced an impossible task: get endorsement from the very people who wanted them gone. The results were predictable and devastating. Rekia Madogo, a charismatic former minister running on the opposition ticket, was arrested in March 2021. And the charge, well, plotting to disrupt the election. there was virtually no evidence presented. Within months, she was tried by a special court, the Court for the Repression of Economic Crimes and Terrorism, whose judges were handpicked by presidential decree, and she was sentenced to 20 years in prison for, quote, terrorism. And then there's Professor Joel Aibo, a constitutional scholar who dared criticize the regime and attempted to run for president. He was arrested days after the vote. He received 10 years for alleged money laundering and plotting against the state. Between March and April 2021, over 100 opposition politicians and activists were detained. On April 11, 2021, the presidential election proceeded as scheduled. Only two relatively unknown candidates were allowed to stand against Talon. Men with no national profile, no serious campaigns, no chance of winning. Major opposition parties called for a boycott again in many towns, especially in the south where opposition support ran strong. Polling stations sat nearly empty. Official turnout was reported at 50%. Domestic observers estimated the real figure at 26%. Roughly 1 in 4 eligible voters actually participated in this election. Despite this historic low, President Talon was declared the winner with 86% of the vote. International observers like African Union and ECOWAS, as usual, praised the calm and orderly conduct of the election. But here's the thing. Calm isn't the same as fair. The outcome had been determined months earlier, when serious competitors were systematically barred or imprisoned. In the days before the vote, protesters tried to block roads in Parakou and Save. They burned tires, demanding real democracy. Security forces opened fire. At least 5 people were killed. When asked about the unrest, a government spokesperson dismissed it as a totally pointless cause. Patrice Talon had been re-elected, and in doing so, he had completed the transformation from a multi-party democracy to an electoral autocracy. Elections happened on schedule. The constitution was technically followed, but competition, the essential ingredient of democracy, had been extinguished. For the next 2 years, Benin lived under what can be described as a tightening grip. Rakia Madugo and Joel Aibu remained in prison. Their trials condemned by human rights organizations as deeply unfair. Press freedom collapsed. Benin dropped 43 places in global press freedom rankings between 2016 and 2022. Journalists who exposed police killings or criticized the government faced arrest. Major television stations were forced off the air. Online outlets were banned. Labor unions saw new restrictions. Strikes were outlawed in justice, health, and security sectors and limited to just 10 days per year in other fields. NGOs were now required to re-register and pay steep fees. A process activists said was designed to squeeze out critical organizations. The political atmosphere shifted from vibrant debate to quiet resignation. Freedom of assembly, once widely respected, became dangerous. And after seeing 5 protesters killed in 2021, people stopped demonstrating altogether. But this silence wasn't peace, it was fear. And yet Talon's government pointed to undeniable economic achievements like GDP growth, which hit 5.5% in 2023, with the IMF projecting over 6% for 2024. Benin became Africa's top cotton producer. Infrastructure improved, new roads, digital services, investments in agriculture. The government claims to be delivering stability and prosperity. And in their eyes, the cost of freedom is worth it. But there was this other cost. One the government rarely discussed. Towards the war in the north. You see, since 2019, jihadist groups linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIS have been pushing south from the Sahel, probing Benin's northern borders. For years, Benin had been spared direct attacks, but now that immunity is gone. In May 2023, militants killed at least 15 villagers and kidnapped a dozen more in Kero district. According to conflict data, attacks on civilians jumped 75% from 2022 to 2023, 182 incidents in a single year. Thousands of people fled border areas. The Beninese military deployed more troops, rushed training, bought equipment from France, Turkey, China, even Russia. Yet, the political elite in Cotonou seemed more focused on power games than the soldiers dying in remote northern outposts. Which brings us to the mutinous soldiers on December 7th, 2025, who cited, quote, the disregard and neglect of our fallen brothers in arms as justification for their coup attempt. They were pointing to a disconnect that ordinary Beninese felt too. While the north burned, the government's energy was consumed by constitutional manipulations and electoral engineering. By 2022, pressure on Talon's government was mounting. International partners were uneasy about the democratic backsliding. In June 2022, the regime made what appeared to be a concession. Dozens of low-level political detainees were released from jail. Then came another surprise. The main opposition party finally received legal recognition after years of being denied. The January 2023 parliamentary elections looked different. 7 parties competed, 4 pro-government, 3 opposition. There was no violence, no internet shutdown like in 2019. Opposition parties were back on the ballot. In fact, the main opposition party won 28 seats out of 109. Turnout ticked up slightly to 37.8%. International observers welcomed this as quote progress. Even Freedom House improved Benin's score slightly. It looked like an opening, a return to competitive politics. But look at the numbers more carefully. The ruling party still held 81 seats, more than the 2/3 supermajority needed to amend the constitution unilaterally. The opposition's 28 seats gave them a voice in parliament, but not power. They could question ministers, debate bills, but they couldn't block anything. This was the calculation. Allow token opposition for legitimacy, but keep real power unchanged. It was a masterclass in managed democracy, and it set the stage for what came next.
Well, I think we are definitely leaving behind the dark pages of our political history. The election was approached with enthusiasm and no boycott.
July 2025, Talon made an announcement that surprised me. He firmly rejected calls for a 3rd term. quote, Benin is greater than all of us. His spokesperson quoted him saying he would step down in 2026, allowing someone else to lead. The praise was immediate. Here was an African leader respecting time limits in a region where presidents routinely overstayed their welcome. Talon was being held up as a statesman, a proof that democracy in Benin would somehow survive. But watch what happened next. In October 2025, the ruling coalition announced their chosen successor, Romuald Wadani, Talon's finance minister, a man who had overseen the economic growth the government loved to tout. This was fair game. Then the main opposition party put forward their own candidate, Renaud Abojo. But when the sponsorship endorsements were counted, Abojo had failed to secure the required 16 endorsements from MPs and mayors. The Constitutional Court, every single member appointed by Talon's parliamentary majority, upheld the disqualification on October 28, 2025. The top opposition party had been barred from the 2026 presidential election, not by voters, not even by their own shortcomings, but by a technicality in the system rigged to exclude them. On October 24th, Talon and opposition leader Boni Yayi held a rare one-on-one meeting at the presidential palace, an attempt to defuse the mounting crisis. Outside, opposition activists were furious, calling the upcoming election a sham. But nothing changed. The explosion stood. Then 3 weeks later came the final move. On November 14, 2025, the National Assembly voted 90-19 to pass sweeping constitutional changes. The vote split exactly along party lines, ruling coalition versus opposition. They extended the presidential term from 5 years to 7. The change wouldn't apply to Talon himself, but it would apply to whoever won in 2026, meaning they would rule until 2033. And there was more. There was the creation of a new Senate with 25 to 30 members that would include all former heads of states as lifetime members. Now, hold on, let me translate that for you. It means when President Talon leaves office in 2026, he would automatically get a seat in this powerful new chamber, possibly as his president, giving him influence over Benin's governance for decades to come. This man seems to be making himself president for life, just with a different title this time. No referendum, no public consultation, just a constitutional overhaul rammed through by a supermajority that had already excluded the real opposition from competing. This was a trap. Talon could claim he was respecting term limits while simultaneously rigging who could replace him and guaranteeing himself power after leaving office. It was authoritarianism with a democratic mask, and that's where the soldiers moved. On December 7, 2025, regional troops seized state television. They cited a deteriorating security situation in the north and the neglect of fallen soldiers. Within hours, the coup attempt failed. Talon crushed it. Nigeria sent fighter jets. ECOWAS deployed troops to Benin, an unprecedented move for what was supposed to be the region's stable democracy. But here's what everyone missed. This attempted coup wasn't the crisis, it was the alarm bell. It was the system cracking under the weight of its own contradictions. You can't claim to deliver stability while crushing all dissent. You can't run sham elections and expect people to believe the facade forever. You can't imprison opposition leaders, silence journalists, bar parties from ballots, and think there will be no consequences. December 7th was crushed not because the people are in support of the government, but because the real coup happened years earlier. And that is the story.
You see the similarity between APC and what happened in Benin? I hope so now listen to the story. You see why T-Pain quickly, sharply, with the wetin dem dey from Yoga in conjunction with Yoga from France. You see why they rush, dive, make sure. You see how this man systematic, he win o, he enter office finish, he remove the ladder when he take enter office so that somebody else will not enter. He can't put barriers in the way so that there will be no, he no go see opposition. You see the election when they do, he name dey both ballots. Oh God. So anyway, we move. Oh shoot, sorry guys. So go back here.
In Nigeria, and that it would be categorized as a genocide.
This is the emergency summit on crimes against Christians that they held.
From an international law perspective, what specific criteria is being
exactly, Kola, bam, you get them.
Qualify these attacks as crimes against humanity or genocide?
Thanks, Gia. And I think if you listen to Frank and so many who've spoken today, it's immediately obvious what has been happening for years and years and years. This year, one estimate has over 7,000 Christians targeted and killed for their faith. Attackers who yell Allahu Akbar as they come, say we'll kill all Christians. The year before, last year, it was thousands. The year before that, it was thousands. The year before that, and before that, going back to at least 2009, by multiple terrorist groups across the entirety of northern Nigeria, from the northeast to the northwest to the middle belt. These groups are not shy about their explicit intent to kill Christians. They also will kill others who resist them, the moderate Muslims. But when you look at the data, the fact that Christians are a minority in the north, they are 5 to 6 to 7 times more likely to be targeted and killed. I have worshipped in churches in northern Nigeria where the roofs have been burned down, where 25 villages were attacked and assaulted by hundreds of Fulani militants on Christmas Eve of 2023, where pastors were beheaded, where widows and orphans by the dozens will stand around mass graves for their husbands, their family members, their pastors are no longer with us. So when you talk about international law and international legal standard, what is genocide under the Rome Statute or under U.S. law? It means when one group targets based on ethnicity, race, nationality, or religion, another group for crimes, atrocity-level crimes, mass killings, torture, things like that, with a systematic intent to destroy them in whole or in part. I think it is impossible to look at what has been happening to Christians in Nigeria, and primarily in the northern half of the country, and say that anything but that has been happening. One of the things that has really caused all the action that's happened the last month and a half, and I echo the huge amount of applause for President Trump for calling it exactly like it is. He has said it is a genocide in Nigeria. Many other members of his administration, UN Ambassador Mike Waltz, he said that with Nicki Minaj on the stage, which is a very incredible pairing there. Yes. But they said that, but what they're talking about with the country of particular concern designation means that there's systematic, ongoing, and egregious violations of religious freedom happening in Nigeria, and that the government is either directly involved in it or they are tolerating it. With these mass killings of Christians and some other groups, I think it is clear that they have not been doing what they should have, that they have been tolerating it. There have been many cases of early warnings, pastors saying, we see Fulani coming right outside our village step, being ridiculed and ignored, and in that evening, at least a dozen being killed. And you're talking about a place where in 12 of the states within Nigeria, you can receive the death penalty for alleged blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad. That's not a place that has religious freedom. You have a young Christian student like Deborah Yakubu, and I've met people who were there with her when she was attacked, when she was stoned to death, when she was burnt, and when it was videotaped and shared across the world. Why? Because she had faith in Jesus Christ, and other people said that she was a blasphemer. You don't have that kind of thing happen in a place that is religiously free. You don't have that happen. And these incidents, these attacks, they happen day after day after day. You can't keep up with the amount of attacks that happen. So whether it is country of particular concern, whether it's genocide, crimes, whatever you want to call it, it's horrified and it has to stop. And I have never been more confident, given incredible members of Congress here, given what the administration is doing, given the incredible support around the world of people standing up against the persecution of Christians in Nigeria and worldwide. I've never been more confident that we can actually turn the tide against this persecution and put an end to it.
Thank God.
Okay, well that's it. I have more. 1 second. I have may I play this one for now? You guys will. Mona see you boy.
In isolation. And we can't support Mr. President if we don't fully identify with him, not adhere support. So we are taking that decision today since we've gotten a pass. Everyone here who have followed me, who have suffered with me, so today, this evening, we are moving to APC.
Okay. You heard it? You heard it. Say you cannot support the president in isolation and not from the backyard. You kukuma heard it. Abi?
And the ADC came out in a report that they are scouting for a vice presidential candidate for Atiku. Now, Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State, was asked if he would like to fill in that position, and Amechi said no, that he wants to become president and not vice to anybody. So basically, Amechi is ready to go into a primary against Atiku in the ADC. Now, recently, the ADC have actually issued the last chance to Peter Obi to join the party. So they told him that it is now or never. And Peter Obi have not responded to that particular ultimatum given to him by the ADC, because when Peter Obi spoke recently, he said there's an agreement with the ADC that is yet to be settled, meaning they are yet to agree on something, and so he cannot just jump into that ship without knowing what the agreement is. And because of that, Peter Obi have decided to go silent on the ADC completely. And I want to understand, it is obvious that the ADC are preparing their ticket for Atiku. So what do they need Peter Obi for?
Bam.
That's a very big question, because
Bam.
Atiku is moving. Atiku is making consultations to actually challenge again for the presidency in 2027. Yep. And so now they're telling Peter Obi that he needs to join the ADC. It is now or never. So what is the arrangement? What is the plan? What plan do they have for him? Is it that they want to just cage him and use his supporters to win the presidency? Is that what they want? That's a very big question, because if Peter Obi should leave the Labour Party and join the ADC and go into a primary and he loses, he can't come out of the ADC anymore. He needs to support whoever wins the primary. And you and I know that the chances of Peter Obi winning a primary in a party that was put together by Atiku is 1/10. It's completely impossible. And so bringing Peter Obi into the ADC from the Labour Party would just be one very funny trap, which I doubt the man is going to fall for. Or what do you think about this whole thing? Because that's how I see it. If Peter Obi mistakenly resigns from the Labour Party and joins the ADC, that is all for his presidency till further notice. That's what I think. Maybe you think differently. And so I want to hear what your thoughts are regarding this particular new ultimatum by the ADC asking Peter Obi to join now or never.
Tracy, me and you, we are there.
And welcome. My name is Magnus Sarakan. This is Woto TV. While we are being distracted by the many happenings in Nigeria, the kidnappings, the terrorist activities, and the deception of the government of the day, do you know that if you truly want to understand the dynamics of the problems of Nigeria, perhaps we should draw our attention to the coalition. Yes, the coalition party. Now, the coalition party is supposed to be one of the greatest and strongest opposition to the Tinubu administration. But inside this supposed coalition, there is even a greater political dynamic playing. And for me, rather than see the dynamic, I see through the dynamics to expose some of the very intricacies that has bound Nigeria into its problems. And what is this intricacies? Well, what is this intricacy? The truth here is this. We have an Atiku and a Peter Obi. An Atiku represents a desire for power to come back to the north. A Peter Obi represents desire for a change. Now, how does these two objectives outplay or interplay themselves? Exposes problems of Nigeria. Let me start with Atiku. Atiku, everybody knows that the brainchild behind the formation of the ADC is Atiku. And the idea that an Atiku will form a party and then suggest a primary to be run, and then he will lose that same primary in a party that he formed or in a coalition that is formed, will only take a brain or a head without a brain to conceive that. So ADC, if a primary or if an election through a primary will be run, it's packaged for Atiku. But that is not even my problem. My problem with this whole thing is the supremacist complex of where Atiku comes from, that the best they can offer the South is a running mate or a vice or a deputy. That's what has always annoyed me, that when they see South, the best they think of us is playing the second fiddle. That to me is the greatest insult of any Southerner. But for some weird reason also, some Southerners are okay or are contented rather to play that second fiddle. For me, that's a no-no. On the other hand, we have a Peter Obi, who to me, even though wants to, whether we like it or not, is from the South. And he's aware that the South has 4 years. But I want to take him by his word that he is not desperate to be president, but he's desperate to see Nigeria work. I want to take him for that word. But he's also mindful that it was through Atiku
Welcome,
that he
Erastus.
came into presidential limelight. And Atiku also sees that if it were not for me, you wouldn't have been where you are. But beyond that, that's not true. Nigerians are not looking at who brought who or who was who. Or Nigerians are looking at what will change this country. And they have decided that Obi is a better choice to fix this country than Atiku. But if my memory still serves me right, the arrogance and the superiority complex of the Fulanis will never allow Atiku to see beyond his self-entitled posture to become the president of this country. So where are we in this standoff? Now, every politician, for some weird reason, believes that once you indicate an interest for any position, they start from a place that I will win. And no matter how you talk them out, you'll be wasting your time. So, is the whole idea of the coalition about massaging somebody's political ambition, or is it truly about salvaging a country that is in rot, a country that is in chaos? Atiku knows it, and Peter Obi knows it. In fact, everybody knows it, maybe except Atiku's ambition, that the only way you can win Tinubu is if Atiku allows Peter Obi to be the flag bearer of ADC. Then Atiku rallies the North behind Peter Obi, maybe for a 1-year term. And then Atiku gets somebody, maybe a prodigy, to be behind Peter Obi after behind Peter Obi. So after Peter Obi's 4-year term, that prodigy comes in. But politicians, with their greed and selfishness and self-entitlement, would not allow a simple thought process like this control them. So I feel so bad that we have politicians that place their self-entitlement above the interests of the generality of the Nigerian populace. Well, 2027 is gradually creeping in. I really do hope that these people in ADC get their acts right and put the interests of all Nigerians first before personal ambition. My name is Magnus Oraka. Please follow this page and share.
Atiku. Lie. Atiku is not giving any way. Mona hear wetin happen for Senate.
The communication is for the Senate to give, for the President to act in line with the Constitution.
Una hear?
Not to debate.
Mr. President.
So the communication, if you debate,
we are saying the same thing. Can you listen also?
No. All the senators here that gave consent are aware of the content of that letter. They would not have given consent if they were not in agreement with the president's request.
Once it is closed, Mr. President, you cannot reopen it. It is sealed in concrete. Our endorsement of the action is total. It is not open to further conversation. And comments expressed just now by this very critical issue, the Deputy Senate President.
By ECOWAS.
But on conveying the views and commendation of the ECOWAS Parliament as he has done. But Mr. President, without prejudice to that, I have thought that with the communication of Mr. President, which has been read this morning, that we will discuss the validity and the appropriateness and add value to it, because the whole essence is for that communication to be debated, for it to enjoy legitimacy, so that everyone in this country will know, and even outside will know. So now what I'm saying is that...
Sorry, you are wrong. Sorry? The communication is for the Senate to give consent, for the President to act.
This is just a repeat, I guess. The rest is a repeat. I just want you guys to hear that. Okay, that's what happened.
Let me quickly quash another lie we tell, and I've been hearing that lie a lot in the security circle. The reason why we don't want to go in there and fight these bandits and recover these people is to avoid collateral damage. It's a lie. I'll remind
Tracy. Yeah.
an American, Walton, was arrested by a bandit group or terrorists, a bunch of terrorists. 6 of them, they took him. The Americans contacted the same Nigerian government. They got intel about where he was. They brought in Naval SEAL into this country, conducted an operation, killed 6 of the terrorists, evacuated the man, took him to the American embassy in Niamey in Niger, from there en route to America. President Trump went on the air and bragged about it. Our own, we never see the bandits being killed in the rescue. You heard what Professor Bolaji Akinyemi said that day. When we did everything and we're ready for the Americans to go to fight Boko Haram, all of a sudden, as regards the Chibok girls, we saw that the gas mask, terrorists were already wearing them. The gas mask they were supposed to get. So who is doing the infiltration?
Michael.
And this pattern is repetitive. The question is, when next will it happen? And when it happens next, it's still going to be the same modus operandi. The government will never hear that in a rescue operation, they get these people killed. Every effort to get these people killed, they stop it. President Buhari, the first thing he did when he came into power was he stopped that agreement that the Jonathan government had with mercenaries. So you see, while we deceive ourselves with a false illusion that yes, they are back home, what were the terms and conditions? What did we lose? We lost the fear of the state, because the state is supposed to have the autonomy of violence. If there's any non-state actors that has more violence in the state, then go back to section 14, section 2. The protection and the security is hampered. Then what happens? The state has broken a social contract with the people. And I have a premise to call for the resignation of the president. So I think I've made that point clear. So while we celebrate, yes, but there's also shame. Envy is coming on us gradually.
It has come. It has the APC party like
what happened in the Republic of Benin. There are motives behind it, but you and I may not realize it until later. That's when it will manifest. Because I don't see why your house is on fire.
What's the motive?
You say what?
What's the motive? There's
a
constitutional change in Nigeria.
No, it's politically motivated, and you will see it later. Because this Macron that came in and all that.
Hey, God, I beg.
I just pray. Pray my ancestors will disappoint me in this my prophecy. I just pray, because this APC, they are capable of anything.
I'm telling you.
This APC, they are capable, because they are afraid. If they lose the election, the incoming government will come and open up their rump.
Yep.
And we'll see what they have done in office.
Yep.
So they wouldn't want to leave.
I'm just wondering. How come it was after the coup was squared that France is now willing to collaborate with Nigeria?
That was the one.
Because all these ones, they have stood aloof. Anytime the president visits there, what we get is, memorandum of association on oil exploration and mining and all of that. But at the point, he talked about military collaboration, but he didn't receive that kind of spotlight until after this incident.
The Macron himself has to call the president to talk about that. So one is beginning to wonder if it's you do my bidding, I support you, if it's that kind of a thing.
Of course. Tinubu has become the errand boy. Both Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron. Abi? Yes, now. He's not the errand boy. Yeah, whatever they want.
He's our president. He's not our president, and it's democracy.
Are you serious? This one that America is telling him who to appoint, who to remove, what to do, and what not to do. Is this not part of it?
How do you know?
How do I know what?
It's just collaboration.
Hold on. What? That's not how to collaborate, please.
They are sharing intelligence.
That's not how, they are dictating what they want. They are telling you what they want, so for them to help you. And you are saying it's collaborating for what? If they have done the right thing, will anybody even interfere in Nigerian affairs? No, please tell me. If you have done the right thing, will anybody? So, as far as I'm concerned, no.
Hey!
If you ever have the privilege to visit Kigali, please make sure you visit the genocide memorial sites. and see what the wickedness of the heart of man, what the evil that narratives can do. So every warfare is first a war of narrative before it becomes a war of weapons. The Northern Church, they've been shouting, we are being killed, we are being murdered, we kept silent. Now they have not changed the narrative, they are Christian terrorists. Up till this morning, I've not heard that anybody went around and started slitting people's throats in the name of Jesus, or was ripping pregnancy out of people's bellies while speaking in tongues. So I don't understand where the narrative of Christian terrorism started from, and that's what they're pushing right now. It is a time, especially for you younger generation, because you are very aloof to what is happening. The church has become very ceremonial. Just go have a beautiful service, and you think that's why he said we are in war, and it's time for the church of God to arise. And guess what? The people you are waiting for them to shout for you, they are already going home. God is gracious and benevolent today. He gives them another 30 years. 30 years plus your age is what? You are still in your prime. I'm talking to you young believers. Wake up and wake up well. They've built generations of extremists from your campuses. Look at the notice boards and see the content of what they have been taught. We are only teaching you that you get blessed, you make it, you will be established. After you have made it in God, will you even have a nation to flex the making? And when I say the church of God, you and I, I'm not talking of denomination. What do we need to do? We need to demand justice for every form of criminality. Deborah was murdered while live streaming. Not one person was convicted till today. And you are speaking in tongues. What's the purpose of the tongues? When justice cannot be established in your city, in your nation, we should be feeling violated and insulted. But these things don't concern us. We just walk away. While live streaming, and not one person was convicted till today as I speak. We need to speak against everything that threatens the secularity of the nation. Nigeria is a secular state where all religions have the liberty to practice what they want. You see the Sheshe people, they are even doing praise worship now. They are recording songs. You are seeing worship songs from the Sheshe people. That's the beauty of a secular nation. We don't propagate our gospel by war, by warfare. It is the Holy Spirit that convicts the heart of men and turns people to Christ. But when we have a tribe that wants to lord it over others and propagate by force, then we must clap back. Because actually nobody has the monopoly of violence. As Apostle Taye Currency said, we should not be pushed to that level. We must reject every controversial bill being pushed to be made into law. Ruga, before cow meat were we not eating something? What's so peculiar about beef that you don't have to create a header community in every local government? This tells you that it is beyond what you have been told. And some of you who have been compromised, you have politicians in your family, they've given you the narrative that is sold to them from their parties and you buy it. This should let you know that what is happening is beyond what you have been told. And we know the game. These things are systemic. They are systemic. Every strange judicial practice in Southwest Nigeria, we must reject it. That does not capture our secularity as a nation should be rejected. How can a law be working at variance to the Nigerian constitution? It's not supposed to be. And educate your Muslim friends. Islam had been in Yoruba land since the 1500s, and people were living harmoniously. It is taking over of territories. It is land grabbing. It is subtle colonization by religion. So educate your Muslim friends. And what is happening is not Islam. Because a lot of them keep quiet because they think what is happening is propagation of Islam. These guys don't rate you. When they come in, you are as target as every Christian. Because they don't even believe you are Muslim enough for them. Are you listening to me, guys? And let me end here. And I think it's time now to demand of a proper people's constitution. Yeah, that's the point we are. Because everything we are trying to address, I call it cosmetic and microwave makeover of the constitution. They're always amending. What starts every constitution? We, the people of... That's what starts every constitution. Was it written by the people? No. It was written by some sets of people. So the time has come to begin to demand the writing of a truly people's constitution, that every nation will come together. Nigeria is a country of nations. It's a country of different nations within. I'm a Yoruba man first, before I'm a Nigerian. Even in that Yoruba, I'm an Ijesha man. There are values that are native to me by being an Ijesha man. And this is the way it spreads across. Did the people sit down to discuss even the basis of the union? No. That's where every constitution starts from. Everybody agrees on the basis of the marriage. Can two people except they agree? Let's even go back and rediscuss the nationhood. But because the few people in power today, they are profiting from their anomaly. So nobody wants to talk. But a generation will rise from the body of Christ that will demand it. Because if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Everything they are suffering from is the problem of a faulty foundation. So this is my first message to you today. Now let's get to the conversation of today.
So I say make I bring her to the Christians in the house, the brethren.
I think the Tony Uranta Memorial Lecture was an appropriate place to get into this because in ways, Tony Uranta, who I walked a path with, represents an era of optimism about Nigeria. When we were young,
kids, youth corpers. Back in 1977, the optimism was extraordinary. We thought we would change the world. Nigeria was at the
My sister
epicenter
Tracy,
of a
you and
rise of
I,
the dignity of
we
the black
did that
man.
boot. I don't
Now,
understand too.
you know, you and I know that this is not how Africans even feel about us anymore. The question is what went wrong. And we can delve into so many tracks of what went wrong and how it went wrong. And the problem is that we are not given, unfortunately, in public culture in Nigeria, the rational analysis of we got to where we are. And people justify things in all kinds of ways, and then enable them get to the truth so we can fix the problem. Nigeria was hooked to the black man for a variety of reasons. I take a personal example of how I became very friendly with General Yusuf Namvan Garba. Garba was foreign minister when I was a student leader at the University of Nigeria. And back in 1975, I came to Lagos to invite him to engage us in the debate at the University of Nigeria as students on Nigerian foreign policy. Because at the time, the most important thing in Nigeria was foreign policy. We were called a frontline state and all of that. And when I got to Lagos, of course, the usual thing, you student, you want to see foreign minister, go and write to your dean, to this, all that stuff. Of course, I went down, waited in ambush literally for him to arrive. And as he arrived, I stepped out and said to him, Colonel Garba, I disagree with you on Angola. The name is Patutomi. I'm from the University of Nigeria. And we began a debate, which took me past his secretary who had bounced me. Anyway, all that is history. That optimism with which we saw Nigeria's role in Africa has somehow faded. I can tell you, and I mentioned this in passing at the Tony Urata lecture, because the chairperson was Ambassador Good News Igali. When Ambassador Igali was Nigeria's ambassador to Sweden, I had the good privilege of being invited to CIPRI's hosting of Global Trends, the strategic process through which the US evaluates its place in the world. It was a very small conclave, former European prime ministers, incumbent prime minister of Sweden, foreign minister, and of course, I can't talk about what we said at those kinds of events because they are Chatham House rules. But I can say to you that one of the things that hit me at that conference, and I told Ambassador Gali because he hosted my wife and I to dinner, one very famous man, one time he was on CNN almost every day, but said, what has happened to Nigeria is that it has lost its strategic relevance in the world. He said, 30 years ago, no power, no matter how big in the world, would want to do something in Africa without pausing to ask, how would Nigeria react? It's not necessarily that what Nigeria will do will stop it, but it will at least pause and ask. Since today, they would come into Nigeria's backyard without even thinking of Nigeria. So this loss of strategic relevance in the world is a very, very painful thing. But we can track how we got here. And that is what gets to me a great deal in having a political class that is not thoughtful enough, that is not able to have the kind of conversation that I had with a young colonel called Yusuf Namvan Garba in 1975. Because we growing up, we read Time Magazine, Newsweek, cover to cover. So when I said what I said about Angola, and the foreign minister said to me, what do you mean? I gave him a detailed analysis that got to him. So when he got into his office, he said, get me Brownson. Get me your secretary. Get me Brownson, Ambassador Brownson Dede. I'm going to Soka to go and debate these boys. That world is not, unfortunately, with us today. So much has changed. And the quality of the political class is significantly responsible for this problem.
Two. Okay, Mona Sio, today now this one happened though. This is a COP member, serving in Adamawa State. He raised an alarm after hearing po near their residence yesterday. The incident caused villagers in the area to flee, prompting the COP members to urgently call on their LGI for assistance. Make una listen.
So since last night we have been in a very big mess. The whole villagers have packed. If you look at them, you can see them going. So we don't know. We the coppers here, we are fighting it because we don't even know where to go at the moment because we don't have anybody close. But we are still waiting for the response from the government. Please, we need your help. Situation report.
So we are the core members serving in the Amure local government. Early hours of today, there was a heavy gunshot intercommunal clash between the Chobo people and the Bachama tribe. So far so good. The place is ghosted. A lot of people are indoors as the security people have imposed a 24 hours coffee. So we are still expecting our local government LGI to come and help us as he has been trying so much to see how he's going to pull us and extract us from here. Tentable, we are trying to get settled down in the government corpus lot. So we hope everything will be fine. We are sending condolences to people that lost their beloved ones due to the gunshot. So we hope that everybody will be fine and wish peace is unity. So we hope Lamure local government will so high. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our state coordinator, Mrs. Caroline. We really appreciate your effort. Thank you. God bless you.
Front injustice.
We must speak out when injustice or wrong is done. That is why God gave us mouths. We cannot sit complacent and quiet in the face of injustice. The fact that it's not done to you does not mean that it's not happening to you. If it's done to one, it's done to all. Injustice to one is injustice to all. Death to one is death to all. Moses confronted Pharaoh. David confronted Goliath. Esther spoke out for her people. When good people refuse to act, darkness grows, and darkness has been growing. But when even one righteous person stands up, God can use it to turn the tide. So your voice counts, my voice counts, every voice counts. We can't sit in air conditions and clap hands and look good and smell good and say we are serving God. We have to stand up and speak for injustice. Who is going to speak for these poor people in the villages? It has to be us. These people are not asking for much. They have given up on electricity and water and light. They are contented in their villages, planting their corn and their yam and whatever and eating and in content. We have to speak out. That's why we are here. Kaimutu, I think, is once. How many times does somebody die? How many times? Once. And all of us will die. Those with billions and those with nothing, all of us will die.
I have to give a shout out to, I don't know if she's prophet or evangelist, Sarah Amaku. Or Maku. This is not the first time she speaks up all the time. She has been picking up for a long. She's one of the very few people. She and Elisa Buba, they've been standing 10 toes down. During the election, she chose a side. She stood by it. I want to give her a shout out. This is what we expect more from your so-called pastors and preachers or whatever, right? This is what they even protested in her church. There were placards. I don't know if you guys saw it. There was a video actually that came out. They protested right in the church. That is what is expected. Anyway, I just wanted to bring it here, so that people will see. Maybe those of you who attend churches that have not done this, maybe you can go and do that in your own church, because we need more voices. Tracy, I see your comment. Yeah, please, the people that say there's a way out, we need a solution. Please enter the studio with the link. If you are having trouble using the link, let me know. I beg. This is a very important thing. 57% say there's a solution out, and I'm eager. I want to hear. Please, if you don't want to enter the studio, you can type it in the comment section. For me. Ahmed, welcome. Thank you. You too, right? So please come to the studio or in the comment section. Let me know. 57 of you that said there's a way out of Tinubu's nest. Come and tell us how is the way out, please. We want to know, because we need to be encouraged. So let me move over here. Where my okay, see my WhatsApp for here. Okay, all right. So I have some videos here that I want to. Why the thing be like this? Okay, let me see if it's this one.
Promise you, this is the most important video I have ever. Promise you, this is the most important video I have ever made.
Do you see this man and his children? Minister of FCT, that's Wike, Nyesom Wike. He's busy parading his sons. He's busy showing his sons the way to rule you. This is the same thing Bukola Saraki's father did with Bukola Saraki. Why?
Yeah, with the 42%. Okay.
Fire. They were busy praying in church. They were busy bowing down and praying in mosque. They were busy fighting a tribal war that had nothing to do with them.
Someone sent me that video. I watched it. That was the video I have ever made.
Do you see this man and his children? Minister of FCT, that's Wike, Nyesom Wike. He's busy parading his sons. He's busy showing his sons the way to rule you. This is the same thing Bukola Saraki's father did with Bukola Saraki while your own papa was busy praying in church. Holy Ghost fire! They were busy praying in church. They were busy bowing down and praying in mosque. They were busy fighting a tribal war that had nothing to do with them.
Someone sent me that video. I watched it and I was laughing. And the reason I'm making this video is, like I said, I do what I do to get you to be angry. To be angry at your circumstances, to be angry at this, but so far everyone has been angry at neighbor. fingers at people who have no power. You're too afraid to be angry at the people who have all the power. Now, let me explain. That's Wike and his two sons, right? FCT minister. I just admitted, I just admitted this. Well, there's nowhere to search, but I guess only my word. I was once in, you see, the FCT minister, Wike Wede, before him, there was a guy named Adamu Alero. I was sitting down watching Adamu Alero and someone else discussing my future. They said, Zay Dawda to New York. Laka Dawda to New York. You're going to come back from New York. I haven't done NYSC. So they said I have to do NYSC. That means when I come back to Nigeria, I must do NYSC. After NYSC, they found a job.
Hey, Miss Omorege, welcome. Oh.
They found a job for me at NMPC.
Una dey here?
I already had a job making $250,000.
Una dey here?
After I did that job for 3 to 4 years, then I would run for the lowest office, council. What's it, not council? I can't remember what Nigerian version of council. They had a plan. I was going to run for that office for 4 years, and then they had it all the way to Senate.
Bam.
And I'm watching, and she goes, if he acts right, he can be president. And I'm sitting there looking, they're literally planning my life.
Okay.
In my head, I'm thinking, I just want this girl to come with me so we can leave and go and live our lives. I'm watching these people plan my life. But when I said we will rule you, you thought I was joking. Let me show you something. All right, watch this. WhatsApp. Look at this message. As you'll see, I haven't opened it up till today. Sad. You know who's sad? Oh, that's Sadiq Abacha, by the way. Malam Isa, how you been? Man, sad, you. I know I haven't responded, and I know you're watching this. When I came to Nigeria, that was some you pulled. That's why I didn't open your message. But I had to do this to prove the point. As you can see, I am being offered a position at the Sani Abacha Foundation. Take a closer look. No PR, nothing. He's offering me so Abacha's family has a foundation that they're asking me to come and run.
Bam.
I left home at 19. I'm about to be 43 next month, Christmas Day. You know what I realized? This entire time I left home because I was disappointed in my parents. I was disappointed in the system. I was disappointed in how everything was being run. At 43, I am now realizing all I did was break my father's heart for nothing. I left home for nothing. Those kids, Wike's children that you're seeing, you think I have been trained right now, if I go to Nigeria right now, I will have Wike's children take another job. A lot of you don't understand power. Una no know what's in power be. How do you try explaining something to people? And I wish you knew what I was giving up, what I gave up, because I thought y'all were worth it. They sent me that video, Wike's boys, and I seen comments. See how y'all treating them. That was the same way y'all treated me. That was what disgusted me. I did nothing to earn that. Nothing. So again, I'm going to say, Adamu Alero, the man before Wike, I was there. They were planning my arranged marriage. I just showed you. Sadiq Abacha sent me a WhatsApp message months ago. I refused to open it because of when I came to Nigeria, he put, Sad, you're watching this. That's some made you did, Sad. That was incredibly fucking. I'm not going to lie. I didn't expect that from you. That was some made. But now I opened your message. So now you see I've seen your message. I'll respond. But I'll take the offer. I will take the offer. I will come join the Sani Abacha Foundation. Do you think the Sani Abacha Foundation, I know it's set up intent to help Nigerians. It is. Do you think there's anybody in there right now that's actually helping Nigerians? A lot of you don't understand. You think, hey, we will rule over you. Like the last thing, the moment the first troop sets ground on Nigeria,
The If I tell you, say this video not pain me to my bone, I lie. This thing, it row up emotions when I not say I get. Hate this guy, yo. Don't like him, oh. But the guy, they talk in truth. He dey hit the nail on the head. It's not all of his content I some of his content I push back on, but man, the guy, especially about Nigeria, fashi. The guy get the number down. You hear what he talk? As he talk, they will rule over. I say never, not be me. Dakpada. But if we don't fix the country, you think this is not going to happen? See, as they send a message, give and work. Me and you, they here, they hustle night and day. I never see email from government once in my life. Hey! Beg. Wait the other video when I want to play.
Nigerians, wherever you are, all over the world, and the people of Africa at large, let me say this. This Tinubu found newly found romance with France and Emmanuel Macron. The people of Africa at large, let's hope it doesn't lead us as a country, I mean Nigeria. This Tinubu found newly found romance with France and Emmanuel Macron. Relationship. Let's hope it doesn't lead us as a country, I mean Nigeria, into a place we would not have wanted to be. Because I don't know where this relationship comes from. French, we are not of the French colony. And I don't know how Tinubu and Emmanuel Macron became best of friends. Yes, they are good president, but not president of the same scale. You get the point. Francophone countries that are of French colony, they are all running away from France. Majority of them is gone. You get the point now. There are reasons why they are running away. When a child is running away from their father, he simply tells you so many bad things about the father. And it is now Tinubu is imprisoning France. I don't know whatever relationship Tinubu have with France, but whatever it may be, sir, please do it on a personal term. Take Nigeria out of it. Because this embarrassment gets too much by the day. You understand? What on earth was the Nigerian military aircraft and whatever it is looking for at the alliance of the Sahel state? What were they doing there? Now, just imagine the embarrassment now. You've seen the news now. It says Burkina Faso seized Nigerian military aircraft.
Welcome, as queen. Oh.
And have detained. Okay, let me just read it exactly as it is. It said Burkina Faso detained 11 Nigerian military officers, seized Air Force C-130 after unauthorized airspace entry. What on earth is Nigerian military and their aircraft doing in the airspace of the Sahel? The alliance of Sahel states, Nigeria, with their alliance, with their romance with France, has described, or should I say, declared themselves as an enemy to those breaking away from France. Yes, that's exactly what it is. The other day, Benin attempted a coup. Perhaps they have their reason. Nigeria went to interfere. Now you have been caught in Burkina Faso airspace unauthorized. Imagine Nigeria, 11 military men detained in another country. A country that was once referred to as the giant of Africa. How have we gotten here as a people? How have we gotten here? I've read from other sources trying to counter or condemn the act. Burkina Faso is looking for trouble. They have no right. Says who? They quoted the international law guiding the airspace. They have the right to their airspace, and Nigeria have become a threat to these Sahel states. You get the point now. So there is no way you will see an aircraft of your enemy in your territory and you will not take action. Now let Nigeria go and prove what they were doing there. What were you doing there? A country that cannot fight Boko Haram in their own house. The other day it was Benin, now it's Burkina Faso. Boko Haram is ravaging Nigeria, claiming territory as the day passes. You can't do anything about it. Rather, you're giving Nigeria constant embarrassment publicly. You don't go and think of how you will get your soldiers and your aircraft away from Burkina Faso. What a shame. The day Nigeria allowed APC to get into power, that's the day we embarrassed ourselves. And you see, Ibrahim Traore, no matter how much you paint him, He is that head of state. He is that leader that Tinubu can never be.
By
Tinubu's
lie.
leadership is raising men, bringing up men, loyalists, making men become bigger than the institution, making individuals more powerful than the system. That is a stupid and nonsense kind of leadership. Burkina Faso has a real leader in Ibrahim Traore, trying to project Burkina Faso, not some powerful individuals. Put Burkina Faso high on the map. You get the point now. Whenever you look at American president, most especially this current one, Donald Trump, you always hear America first, not Donald Trump first. But when it comes to Nigeria, it's all about Tinubu himself, his friends, and his family. And we think that's leadership. When people try to praise Tinubu, they don't know the meaning of leadership. Leadership is not when you elevate yourself or raise your friends and family. How high have you been able to take your nation, your immediate society? That should describe it. So please, my people, I don't know what you think about this embarrassing news. I think someone needs to talk to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The embarrassment is becoming too much by the day. They are embarrassing ourselves outside and they are acting drama with the kidnapped school children. Whether they release them, whether they pay ransom, or whether it was even staged, we don't know. Claiming they were, see, I don't want to go into detail on that because it can get me really, really mad. But meanwhile, on this one, Tinubu, please, one year. Whatever you have with Emmanuel Macron, whatever agreement or price you are owing him, fix it on your own. Save our Nigerian name from the further embarrassment. Nigerian name has been shattered enough. Please, enough of doing more. Please.
Hey, Egbe. Shoot.
Abubakar Gumi was the first Grand Kadi in northern Nigeria. Let's go back to history. Let me explain how it happened. Abubakar Gumi was time before independence. When this British Nigeria, they use our emirs and the let me explain how it happened from the very beginning. Time before independence, when these British, the white people, they rule us, they use our emirs and the akalis, the Muslim judge, to rule the north. So this Sharia law system don't already exist that time, but it dey under the control of the emirs. So after the independence, the new constitution then they create one big Supreme Court for the Muslim affair for the whole northern state. So this court, now they call the Sharia Court of Appeal. Now, who to head this court? Because this big new court need one Oga Patapata wey go rule the rest court under him. That Oga now they call the Grand Kadi. Sheikh Abubakar Mahmoud Gumi, now they choose as the first person ever to hold this big position for the whole northern region. That position now make Abubakar Gumi grow power and influence to the point that he had direct access to the president. This man sits in the seat of power. The government, here they won't implement law and order before we Nigeria go know. Meanwhile, Nigeria and the followers, they see this man as a preacher, but the political class saw him as a strategical asset. Now, here's the real turning point. Mona Lisa. Abubakar Gumi became the spiritual backbone of a movement that reshaped Islam in northern Nigeria. The movement that later produced Izala movement. Now, not it be Izala movement. That Izala movement now be the fight against innovation. There exists same Muslim follow only the Quran and the correct teaching of the prophet. There's a more worship God exactly the way the prophet worship God. But no add, make we not remove. So their fight now is against every other thing when not concern Islam. Now, let this word sink into your head. This not be just all about religion. That movement now ideology plus structure plus state assets. This ideology now the Islamic ideology where be the day where be Islam believe. So that structure now waiting they don't already they plan before we even know ourselves as Nigeria and the state assets. Now the assets will give them the power that everything when Nigeria get, the military, the resources of the land, and the politics of the government. Now why you see say, even the Niger Delta oil, now the northern are the controller. The military, now the northern are the control them. Then the assets of the land, now then they control. Now why we say, there was a time one northern say, every resource right there in Nigeria belong to the northern. Now this ideology, they give them that power, and then they believe. So now why they believe say that them get this Nigeria? And inside this system, a boy was growing up. That boy was Abubakar Ahmed Gumi. This boy not just grow up inside mosques alone. No. He grew up in the corridors of power. He saw how rulers think. He saw how government negotiates. He saw how religion pay politics and how politics pay religion. So when you see Gumi today walking into the forest, negotiating with killers, talking to people, the government say they are untouchable. Understand? It's not experimenting, it's applying a system inherited, a system where religion is not just faith, it is influence, it is access, it is negotiation, it is leverage. Now, Nigeria just begin to feel the full weight of that legacy. So, in my next video, waiting even the bandit themselves, when they are loyal to them, don't even know about him, will not expose who Gumi really is.
I want to check if he has done that video. Mona wait first. I want to check her. Because as I hear this video, I say I must follow up on whether this guy don't do the follow up when he say want to. Let's see. Okay, he hasn't done the follow up yet. Let me see. Yeah, he hasn't done the follow up yet. Anyway, let's get his take on he had a take on waiting at the corner. Let's see. The video can be played, ke. Nibo. Kilo shele. Hey, Abi, don't take him down. Hold on, no. Because he said he did a video.
Now, quick one. Let me quickly address this issue. This action where you...
Hold on 1 second. Why can't he go? Why not see and go bigger?
Tinubu take. They fall back to the citizens of this country. See, may I tell you, I have somebody in Benema. You know the kid man. Now hungry like killer. He's my clearing agent. Now hungry killer. When they block this Nigeria border. So these people are seriously suffering and they need freedom for themselves. They want to come out under this stupid democracy, what called democracy. But Nigeria now when not fit stop the insecurity for your own country, when not fit take off your own country. Now you go another man country, go they fight. It's shame on us. We don't know what we are doing. We don't get set for this country again. We don't confuse. Now Benin be our problem. They go fly jet for Benin. One protect president. You don't turn America. For Africa, America of Africa, then you don't do. Then you leave our own problem. You put it here. When America won't attack, when they shout sovereign nation. Big Benin, when you rush go now, not be sovereign nation. What it concern you with them? The way you attack Benin, if any other country attack, well now they do now mismanagement of human resources in this country. If other country attack you, how will you feel? Now they're always perfect. Other country are not perfect. Fix your home before you go and fix another person's home. That is what the law said. Even the church where your wife they go, Bible talking. He said, remove that plank in your eye before you go remove another person's own. Your own, you not remove her. You not fix your home. You carry your resources. You won't go fix another person's house. You do second wife to Nigeria. Now that one is special to you. Your own family now not special to you. Nonsense. Rubbish.
Make I tell you something. E-swap, they get videographer when they go fight. They get videographer when they run follow them. Wallahi talai. They get video. Make I show now. Make it not be like say they make this thing up. Because you know, I not fit talk. Oh, Nigeria. When I don't enter one chance, so I'm serious, man.
We must confront.
See. Now your terrorists with this. As they fight in our military. See. Una dey hear? They even get their Christian and Mark news. Now their news is that terrorist news. Oh! Nigeria, oh, Nigeria, oh, 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 oh. I no need to get good voice, so wetin we dey so. Don't if you focus on my voice, that means you know you never know the suffer when they come. They released a video from the attack against the Nigerian army in Mariari in Borno State yesterday. You people don't understand. Terrorists get videographer as they dey ta 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 ta. Una they do choreography. Hey God, my head one. Oh God, I've not heard this kind of thing in my life before. Don, I'm telling you, as your name suggests, the food when Tinubu cook. Omo, if something is not done, hey, oh, who's complaining about my poll? You can remove it now. I don't kukuma comot 53% say yes. I dey wait for the people when they say yes, when they can't tell us how. Let them come and break it down for us. How they think we can get out of this mess.
You remember what happened between Buratai and I think the Shiite Muslims in Kaduna. And the claim was that, they blocked the path where it was supposed to pass, and they opened fire. And then you ask, when the military begins to open fire on harmless, unarmed civilians, it simply shows you that there's a break in communication between the people and those who govern them. Till date, nobody punished Buratai for doing that. Because he took the laws into his hands.
Now, how do we get to this point? Of course, the women that were protesting in Yola were protesting the kidnapping, the fact that their communities are no longer safe. And they were chanting, they don't have any help.
I'm coming to that. I said,
they buy them. They don't care about women, they don't care about children, they don't care about nothing.
You find out that each time there is a misunderstanding between the military and the community, the military goes to wipe out. It started with Obasanjo. Zakibia. So a lot of these things have played out, and it has become a norm because the military feel that, they have arms. And so the people must run from them.
Why should we invite the military to go into the community for peacekeeping? Why should they do it? Because that was what happened in Okoma that led to the killings of the military preaching for that led to a price.
Because you do not have enough policemen to do the job.
What happened to the civil defense?
No.
Because they have carried out.
It's the police. You have your policemen. The presidency has given a directive asking policemen to be called back from protecting VIPs. Is it not shameful that your IG will come on TV and say, if you see reports? Is it not shameful that the police command will station people on the road at the airport to arrest their own? It simply shows you that the police do not even have a database of their personnel. So the problem is the fact that the institution is not working. Institutions that are meant to work in this country are not working. And as long as these institutions do not work, nothing would, be in the right place. So, these are women. Women, we're not even talking that, we're not even saying that they're youths. Do you know the number of youths that the military have killed? The last I checked, Amnesty International said about 10,000 youths have disappeared in the hands of the military. But whether or not those who should be punished, you give them ambassadorial appointments. You invite them. So it means that everybody will do the same. So why would a military people, military officers going for peacekeeping begin to shoot at women? Open fire at women. That is the height of impunity. It's a disgrace. But yet, nobody has said anything about it. Our president is quick to go to Benin Republic. We have insurgents in Nigeria, ravaging, running wild.
You have not used the same might you used in going to Benin to subdue them. You leave your house that is burning and you're going to quench that of your neighbor.
Interpretation of the moment. Could it be? I mean, I'm just trying to make excuses now. Could it be that there was a threat that was perceived?
What kind of threat? Is Nigeria? Are we in Palestine? Are you not saying that Nigeria has become like the Hamas, where women, cloud themselves with bomb and all of that? No. Nigeria has not gotten that bad. So when people say, threat to what?
Perceived threat.
Let me tell you, the problem we have is that Nigerians have become so used to the military that they have no value for the military. And the military, they have lost respect of the people.
They don't have value for the military, or
they
have a sense of fear over the military.
There's no fear anymore.
Not respect, but
let me tell you, before now, when you see a military man on the street, you respect him. You hold back.
Exactly my point.
But the point is this.
What we see now is fear, not respect.
We don't even see the fear. We don't even see anything.
No, I mean Nigerians. What do they have for the military? Is it respect or fear?
Is it? You can call it no respect, it's fear. Okay. But that fear now is also eroding. Go to my 2. It's not far. Go to my 2. You see area boys standing on the bridge there, harassing people who go to the port to clear their cars. And if you see a military man and you try to talk to the military man will first of all run, because he does not trust what will happen to him with those boys. But it wasn't like this before.
Oh. Tinubu don't bastardize all the institutions. See, ECOWAS, when they send their troops to Benin, we now watch them. So they're saying multinational ECOWAS troops, including commandos from Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Sierra Leone, advanced into Cotonou. This was 2 days ago, on December 7th. Okay. What the heck? All right.
Forces and other security agencies are not well trained for the challenges that we are facing now. The Nigerian army is trained to fight an enemy that is identifiable. But this time around, they are fighting an unknown enemy. That's why you hear they say unknown gunmen, because the gunman is not known. We have to train them adequately. Secondly, and this is also very, very important, is equipment for the armed forces. Mr. President, as I'm speaking to you now, the Army aviation sector, which was strengthened by the current president, the coming of Mr. President changed the dynamics. But he is handicapped. Right now, the Nigerian Army aviation has only 2 helicopters. They ordered for 12.
No, I don't want us to go into details of trying to what they don't have, because the security chiefs will still appear before us. Let them come and tell us what they have and what they don't have, and then tell us what they need in a closed session. In a closed session, then we'll take it from there.
Well,
so let me thank you for your contribution.
No, let me learn aspect of it, which is A point of order must be held at all times.
It's going to land.
It's regarding extension of time.
You'll take it, I know. But let him just land.
No, I can still move around and then let him check you. Okay. Lastly, sir, this is very, very important, and I understand. I try to bring emotion on that, and the issue of remuneration of the armed forces and other security agents. As I told you last time, in Africa, where they have army, the whole of Africa, Nigeria's base salary for a private is second to the last. They receive 100,000, and this is because the president, this current president, when he came in and we raised this matter, he doubled the salary. And you know what? A private Nigerian army now is receiving 100,000. Their daily ration number before was 1,500. Now the president increased it to 5,000. Mr. President, please be patient. This is very, very important.
We are not yet there.
Okay.
When they come late.
Sir, with all due respect, generals don't complain. You don't expect a general to come and tell the Senate here.
No, we will come to discuss freely with us. Please.
They have their CNC.
That should be the closed session. Let's not
okay.
Let's not back their head
Mr. President.
behind their back.
So we should give the president, get those kidnapped back. The only thing that they can do is to track. But we don't have satellite images and capacity.
To your knowledge, we have.
Sir, I
was a governor up to Taraba, up to Jalingo.
Mr. President.
So it's just the wheel.
Mr. President.
I picked them up in any part of the country. So please don't go there. How did they?
I'm giving you information, Mr. President. Please.
But I'm saying
we have 4 satellites. Nigeria has 4 satellites. And we don't have satellite coverage or surveillance 24 hours. We don't have it.
The Civil Senator, can I thank you for your contributions? And please, that some of these details should be discussed in closed session. Point of order,
leader. Tracy, you hit the nail on the head. Eye service. Kene, exactly. When Buhari did there, none of this is the problem I have with you people, you southerners. You people don't know, you do not know your worth. Now get the oil when these people they sign phone. Imagine somebody from the north owning oil rig in the south. Hey God, how many of your leaders get gold for north? Zamfara gold. How many of them get any share or any type of ownership? All this is now southern leaders I blame. All of them when they mumu, see this one now for Senate. Is this one, will this one fight for you? No. You see as the northerner they do eye service so that all the people go see them. That is how they do it. That is how they do it. When they want to invade Niger that time, Tinubu, the northern leader say lie, not on our watch, and it did not happen. But what did your own do? It got to the south turn. Let me focus it on the Yorubas. None of them, not even their Western governors, came together and said, no, that's our people, we will not allow it. So that other Southerners can back them. No, not a peep. Because they don't collect money. They don't chop the salt and pepper of Tinubu wife. The insult when Tinubu wife give her Adeleke, I sure say they get more from her hand. This is it. South, una no know now, una no rate to yourselves at all. What's the use of your education? You become all the professorship, have all the qualification, yet you cannot even govern yourselves. You cannot even own your resources. Meanwhile, Amajiri people they go from that Amajiri, they go take them, brush them up a little bit, put them over you. Of what use is your religion? Their terrorists have more weapons than you, the full nation. They will get choreographer join. What you not get? No matter you want to talk now, you when they not gather together, they gather together strongly. They go push. No, sad go fold hand. open teeth wide. When they see money, they don't confuse. They'll sell everybody. I'm not shocked why slavery was very successful. I know they shock again. It's playing out in front of all of us. They're not rating at all. No rating. When you know so that you get the resources, now you get the brains. People when they wear slippers for bush, they'll come, brush them up, put them. You not see this man picking, they talk, they will rule over you. They don't that. This is it. Look at Shegumi. Shegumi is in the corridors of power. What is Shegumi read? I not rate all of una professions. All of una when I get profession. I not rate una at all. PhD, fellowship, Harvard, Oxford, nothing to show. Nothing to show. With all the Harvard, all the Stanford, all the nothing to show. All the for now when una dey blow, nothing to show. Nothing. The nuts, people when they wear slippers, rubber slippers. They walk around with dirty clothes now. They become rude. This, if you most of Matawale look at his credentials for becoming defense, not be defense minister, be defense secretary, whatever he is. See credentials when they become. Half of everybody when they here now supposed to be security person. The man hardly qualifies for that position, doesn't know what he's doing. He's a pally terrorist. They host them, they throw party, they go their way. I no rate you now, Southerners. Oh no, una no know what you they do. Maybe na make it suffer the high because una no know na, una no even know, una no rate una selves, una no even stand well. Una not stand well. Half of the people when they Senate now, most of them don't finish school. This your Akpabio na taxi driver I be before. Taxi. After I finish those, you not see work, they do kabu, see am for Senate. Meanwhile, you have all your, I went to Oxford, I went to Harvard, I went to Stanford. Nothing to show for it. Nothing. Instead, they go all those schools to come become SSSA. SSA to the governor. SSA to houseboy, glorified houseboy to the president. That's all the school that you people, that's all the school you people go to school for. All that school to come become SSA. He not pass. I don't even want to talk about the one in my state. That one. With all the educated professors, everybody in the region. No, na person when we don't even know where he come from. Meanwhile, the man grow for north. We don't know whether they swap or whether na Muslim. We don't know. You don't even feel read numbers. Anytime you give him a microphone, he's singing the praises of Tinubu. It's Tinubu that made me become who I am. It's Tinubu that is giving me this. And we give him 2.5. Do you know what that means? That man is ready to buy anybody in the state to get those votes. You think he's joking? You think it's a joke? Wait till election. Wait till election. Guys, please, the likes are not going up. Oh. The likes are not going up. I beg, if you never like, help me to like. Help me to like this video, please. I beg, I beg now. I beg you. We go accumulate money, accumulate certificate up and down. Nothing to show, nothing, no impact on your people. I beg. Let me catch up on the comments. I can't shut down. No fish out. These lawmakers will continue their useless talk until some of them become victims of the insecurity. I cannot wait. Some of them have become victims. One of them in Peking, I don't be sick, I be something. I don't forget what they say. Do that one. One of the APC chieftain, they am now. He don't they reach home small, but until they catch one of the big fish for here. I don't know. I know they wish anybody bad, but okay. The sooner the better. Let every Nigerian government back to their different ethnic group start forming or drawing out the charter of their country. Charter of their country where Fulani terrorists don't surround. All these others didn't talk during Buhari. Of course, trust them at your own peril. Of course, now their mouth they sharp. During Buhari's time, they dare not say anything against Buhari. Look at them now talking. This one they do eye service. Make it dey on record saying talk. Meanwhile, for in mind, another thing. Back door, another thing that they talk. I'm telling you, Rose, real smelly things. That's funny. Let it be known that I, Kene, do not trust any. I don't trust them as well. Let everybody go their way. Me, I stand 10 toes down. The North should be on their own. We cannot live with people with that kind of extreme value. They want to be ruled by Sharia. They want to. It's by force. So let them be on their own. And Sharia and their this thing, which they call her, Hizbah, they should be there. Honestly. That's where me I say, all this, so let's come together. No. There's no pretense. Let's make their day their own, please. The rest of us can decide, okay, if you want to do regionalism, we do. If you don't want to, make everybody answer in Papa name. It's simple. You know where you come from. It's just no minor. It's just the will. As if now he get power to enact said will. I'm telling you. My sister Rose. Hey, I don't know. Southerners in power have sold their soul to the North. Yes, that's why you can. Somebody like Michael was saying the other yesterday. That's why somebody like Wike is wearing skull cap like a Muslim, because once they now start dining with those people, guess what? They automatically they become Muslim. They start acting like Muslim. They start going to the mosque. That's what they do. I'm not surprised if the Wike don't convert to Muslim or to say because he wan get power, he don dey line him children up. Hell! They still look like garbage. It doesn't show because they're filth. It comes through. Their soul is dirty. Their spirit is filthy. It comes through. Everything they show, they pour out of their pores. All because he wanted to decamp to Accord Party. Yeah, he don't decamp to Accord Party. Now insult her. I should say that's why they talk to them anyhow. I sure that woman, Tinubu's wife does not have any regards for them. I sure when he invites his children, make them come chop. By the time he cook for them, someday when they go wash plates, some of your senators will be washing plates in Tinubu's kitchen. Some of them will even be serving her. You wanna bet? Woman when carpet beggar when become a president wife, there's no position for president's wife in the constitution, but see as they do am like say they get budget for her office. Is that not a means to launder money? Abeg. News that Adeleke has left PDP, but is not joining APC. Probably why it's a man. He has the right to choose wherever he wants to go. She doesn't have the right to talk to him rudely like that. Kola. So that's why Peter left PDP and joined APGA for God. He was told to run under PDP. He had to go meet Northern. Can you imagine PDP elite? Who them be? Now, wow. We all remember Yugoslavia was a country made of 6 nations, but when the Serbs decided to claim dominance over the whole nation, that was when the country was broken up in 6 countries. He said no way and went to Inewi and talked to Ojukwu. Yorubas go say na dem get education pass, yet no even fit fix brown. Their education no reach small. Oh my God, it's a shame. I can't even argue that. I can't even push back on that because we're seeing it all play out. I know anybody when they come, any Nigerian when they come, I know I'm educated, I have this, I have all the degrees and the alphabet behind the name. Nothing to show, all zero. Now malam with slippers, now they rule over you. So please take several seats. Not be by who go school. Now native intelligence, now these people they use over una throw away on our own native intelligence because na sabi book pass. Now make they say education around because they not see the impact. With all the education we una see, una no there's no impact at all. So guess what? There's nothing to, because that's what they want. They want the power. They look, they say, with all this education where these people get, they don't even fit. That's why they are standing 10 toes down and say it's haram. Big. Ah, I'm on that boat. Oh, let's divide the country. There's no need. There's no need to pretend. Everything don't hit the fan. There's no need. Let's not pretend. Everybody should go and answer their father's name. Okay? Let's go and answer our father's name. There's no need. Okay, I'll check it now. The ideology of is definitely different from the South. Take it. Yes, it is. So why we shouldn't pretend. We shouldn't pretend. This is what we should be talking about the most now. To be quite honest with you, this is what we need to be talking about.
Tinubu didn't have.
Hold on one second. What happened here? Kilo D. What the heck? Come on, leave my screen now. What the heck is this?
Tinubu didn't have to send the Air Force and the military to deal with this particular insurrection, this threat to our own sense of security and equilibrium. No, there are easier ways of doing it. Let me tell you where Tinubu should have looked for forces to quell that insurrection. Right here in Lagos. Right here. Or in Abuja, perhaps, I don't know. But there was no need to call the military or the Air Force. I'll tell you what happened. On one of my home visits, this about 2 months ago, I was coming out of a hotel and I saw what looked like a film set. And I said, oh, you're shooting a film. That was on the grounds of this hotel. And a young man detached himself from the actors, came over and greeted me, very polite, very nice young man. And I said, are you shooting somebody? I said, I'm just joking. Are you shooting a film? He said, no. And I looked around. There was nearly a whole battalion occupying the grounds of that hotel, in Ikoyi, right here. So I got back in my car and I asked the driver who that young man was. And he told me. And I saw this SWAT team, a mixture. They were at least heavily armed, at least some 15 or so heavily armed to the teeth security personnel. Looked sufficient to take over a small country, neighboring city like Benin. And I think the next time the president should just call and say, Sheyi, go and quell the rebellion over there. I was so astonished that I started looking for the National Security Advisor. I said, track him down for me. I think they got him somewhere in Paris, but I was with the president. He was at a meeting. And I said, I've just seen something I can't believe, I don't understand. And I described the scene to him. I said, do you mean that a child of the head of state goes around with an army for his protection?
Bam.
I couldn't believe it. Later on, I did some investigative journalism. And I inquired, and I found that apparently this is how this young man goes around with his battalion, these heavy armed soldiers. Of course, the road was cleared before his car went out. I stayed until he was leaving. So next time there's an insurrection, I think the president should just call that young man and say, no, put down those stupid people there. You have enough troops under your command, so don't bother me with all the security issues any longer. Let's not overdo things. This is not the first country that has a head of state. It's not the first country whose head of state has families. And I think children should know their place They are not potentates, they are not heads of state. And the security architecture of a nation like this suffers some injury and alienation when we see such a heavy devotion of security to one young individual.
Is he serious or he's just talking for the camera? All these people, I don't trust them. Oh. I know one Sam, I don't trust a word that's coming out of his mouth. So let's not even pretend. Eh? How come you know they treat me? Whoa, Rose, if you ask me, now who I go ask? The matter where you see so he heavy for mouth. Don't be me go talk he get a CB. Oh my goodness. Get to the point. No fit cut his head. Why is he complaining? Exactly, Kene. Why is he complaining? This is what they wanted, right? The other actress, the other day, they asked her, why did you vote for Tinubu? Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Why did she give that interview? She shouldn't have even opened her mouth. Omo, the woman said because somebody bullied her friend, Silva Joke. That's why she voted. You didn't vote because he's the strategist. You did not vote for him because you believe in his capabilities. You believe he built men. Vote for him for that. You voted for him because somebody bullied your friend. If you see the memes that they've made out of that, hey God, Nigerians, I would never want to be in a position where Nigerians will have to drag me online. No. Nah, forget. Nigerians don't play. I dey fear una for social media. I dey run. When I see Nigerians, I dey run. I dey take cover. Is he genuinely criticizing or pretending? Bam, Kola, your head dey there. You clock am. If you just dey do am for eye service, so make dem not talk say he no talk. Pretending to do so too. Head of state. If Nubu is not a dictator by confessor. Wait till he learns he flies presidential jet. Abi? Spider web, welcome. Na so we see am. Hypocrisy in full display. You like am, Abi? Tracy. Even Kene don dey use am for me. Now if I ask Kene question now, especially about him sugar mama, I like he go turn am to song. You don dey use my song take dey respond to me now. I'm telling you, Nigerians get banned everywhere on social media. They are known. If I see Nigerians dragging anybody, I dey remove body quickly. Some I no feel Nigerians they know they will go in. They'll be like termites. I wish we would work like that as a people. I wish we would come together and work like that and actually achieve something for ourselves. Nigerians, oh no. If they enter you go dey ask why. Oh my God, no. Abeg, I dey run, no. Anonymous stranger. Exactly. I'm telling you, all those people when they vote 57% say una get una know how we go take comot for this mess. Una not give us any queue. Una just vote wrong comot. Una not give us queue. We need queue. We need ammo. We need result. We need answers. We want to know how do we get ourselves out of this mess. It's because that's the only power we have, data, right? Hey, God, I beg you. None of you came up and said, oh, this is how we're going to get ourselves out. Una just vote wrong. Make una come tell us the answer, I beg. Come here, I really want to know what that answer is. Dem wrong comot. Can you imagine? They don't want to give us answer. So my people, now here I go leave am for tonight. You say na prayer na. Okay now. Kene okay. I go leave am here tonight. Make we see wetin dey happen. But I don't know. Nigeria is not omo. It is not Okay, see am now. Oh, it's fake news, oh. Hey, gberegbe. I'm glad I saw this, oh. AES alert. It says fake news. No one has been released. The 11 officials are still in detention in Burkina. This was 7 hours ago. Your government better give a real explanation before Thursday or it's straight to jail. Because in Nigerian stories, exactly, they said Burkina Faso releases 11 Nigerian officers after Nigeria Air Force claims the aircraft was en route to Portugal. Let's see the comment section. Somebody responded, keep them please, they are terrorists. Kai! Tinubu be fast. Tinubu and his gang of criminals are about to abandon those soldiers to their fate and discard them since they have no regard for Nigerian soldiers. That's why they're running this propaganda that they've God, I forget, that's true. APC na government of propaganda. They actually it was propaganda, because you remember how they said they released the 100 children, no pictures, nothing, all propaganda. They have not been released though. All propaganda. This one says, Crown B says, I love the way Tinubu is disgracing Nigeria everywhere. Hey, God, I beg. Ken says, emergency landing in Burkina when you're on your way to Benin. How? Unauthorized airways. Too many questions. Tibo says, thank you, Nigerians. Like fake news, we want to see the one on one, how they will approach it. Tinubu was made to believe he's a hero. Now, with the backing of France and US, let's see what his next move will be. Blackman says, Tinubu fake news spreader plus Macron fake news spreader equals zombie. Don't mind them. When they finish roaring around, they will get back to reality. Seyi Yafa D guy says, please jail them. We Nigerians support you on this. They lied going to Portugal. Going to Portugal does not passing through Burkina Faso in a time when the route is heated up with coup d'etat of Benin Republic. But if they don't give you hard evidence, please jail them. They are problematic. Hey, Nigeria. Do you know there was a guy that did a poll. He found out. So he said, I think Tinubu is an embarrassment or something like that, right? So there were a lot of comments under that comment section. He now polled the responses from everyone in the comment section. All the people, when they agree with the statement when he make about Tinubu, all of them, the highest were Nigerians. Nigeria was number 1 in the comment section, agreeing that yes, he's indeed an embarrassment. Then every other country, like, he broke it down. I think the next one was the US or so, like that, broke it down all the way down. Somebody now responded. He said, even in all those countries, it's still Nigerians that are responding. It was so funny. I wish I saved it. I would have showed it to you guys. It was so funny. I laugh. I almost fall come on from my chair. I'm telling you that's Nigeria for you. They always lie to cover up their messes. Please detain them. They deserve it, since they can't fight bandits, but will choose to invade in another privacy. Finish them up. Hey, God, I beg you. Nigerian media house are very good at fake news, misinformation, and propaganda. You guys should prosecute those that violate your airspace thoroughly. Next time they won't dare. Nigerians, don't play. I never. If Nigerians ready for you, please, I beg go. See them. AES. Correct people. See you. ISWAP just released a video from where they launched an attack against the Nigerian army position in Borno State yesterday. Don't you just love as they are chanting, Jesus is Lord? Don't you just love the magnificent presence of the Nigerian Air Force? No air, no jet, no private jet, no aircraft to bomb or to buy these people, none in sight. Look at them. They even choreographer. God. Kai. What a shame. I hope this emergency summit on crimes against Christians, I hope they have a video. I'm going to look out for the video. So the bodies of the 10 Bachama women that were protesting, right, who were reportedly shot and unalive by the Nigerian army yesterday in Lamode in Adamawa State for no reason. I can't show the pictures. It's graphic. This is it. Are you afraid that this attempted foiled military coup in Benin Republic may not be the last? Femi Falana says no, it won't be the last. I'm familiar with the political terrain. In a whole country, nobody can step Tinubu down. What a shame. Islamic terrorists, this is 5 hours ago. Islamic terrorists attack Kirawa town in Borno, burning houses and buying villagers. They write, we are burning the vehicles. Hey! Wow. Sure. Gumi say Nigerian military can't win war against bandits. Sheikh Gumi. If Nigerian military cannot win war against bandits, let the people who can win it step in. This is a man that is the apologist for the terrorists. Can you believe that this man was once a military man in the Nigerian army? This man was a military. I think his father too. I don't know. I'm not sure about him, Papa. What's going on in is this Zimbabwe or enough is enough? From Dar es Salaam to Arusha, Mwanza to Mbeya, Tanzanians are rising nationwide tomorrow to remove the killer Samia Suluhu, who has murdered thousands of our youth, rigged elections, hidden bodies. This is tyranny. World wake up. Oh God, I just see this one. This is 23 hours ago. By the time these Tinubu people are done, everybody for Nigeria, in fact, we need psychologists and psychiatrists for Nigeria and therapists. Let's watch this video.
For themselves. And we have another major development coming out of Abuja, and this one is serious on every level. The United States has moved from talking, from warning, from sending letters to actually sending high-ranking lawmakers to Nigeria to see things for themselves. And the reason for this mission is simple: the rising conversation around what many Americans are now calling the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. This is not a small statement. This is not a casual visit. This is a step that tells the world that Washington is no longer depending on reports alone. They want evidence with their own eyes. They want answers directly from
Rose, you are talking about Tinubu's wife. You don't understand. That woman is even worse than her husband.
Are being abducted.
Wicked.
Why thousands of innocent people are dying every year. And today,
she's the only one that has Tinubu's ears, just in case you don't know. So just imagine that.
This is not an ordinary team. This is not tourism.
Oh, they are?
These are lawmakers.
The contingents are around.
Lawmakers who sit on committees that control U.S. military aid, foreign relations, sanctions, and diplomatic pressure. People like Representative Mario Diaz-Balart, Representative Norma Torres, Representative Scott Franklin, Representative Juan Chiscomani, and the one Nigerians have been hearing a lot about recently, Representative Riley Moore. These are not low-level visitors. These are decision makers. Riley Moore himself wrote something that caught the attention of many Nigerians. He said, "I came to Nigeria in the name of the Lord, and on behalf of the American people. That kind of statement is not normal diplomatic language. That kind of statement tells you that he sees this as a moral and spiritual mission, not just a political assignment. He believes something very wrong is happening here, and he believes America has a responsibility to intervene. And then Nigeria's National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, confirms that he hosted them in Abuja today. According to his update, the meeting was focused on counterterrorism, regional stability, and the rising attacks on Christian communities. He also said the delegation came after earlier engagements they already had in Washington, meaning this is not the first conversation. This is a follow-up to something big. Now let's look at the timing. Why is the US suddenly showing this level of interest in Nigeria's security situation? Why is this happening now? Because the insecurity in Nigeria has reached the level the world can no longer ignore. School abductions, church massacres, village burnings, farmers killed on their own land, pastors kidnapped, entire communities pushed out of their homes. Reports from Amnesty, Open Doors, and other organizations have been painting a dark picture for years. And in the last few months, US lawmakers have been openly saying something frightening, that Nigeria is possibly the most dangerous country in the world to be a Christian. Some even say more Christians are killed in Nigeria every year than in every other country combined. If that is not alarming, I don't know what is. The US House Appropriations Committee has also been raising these issues aggressively. They said they want a full investigation, and they want to see whether US military aid is being used properly. They want to know whether Nigeria is doing enough to protect its citizens, and they want to see if extremist groups are getting more ground. Today's visit proves that the pressure is increasing. Let's talk about what this means politically. This visit is bipartisan. Republicans and Democrats together, that means both sides of the US political system agree that something serious is happening in Nigeria. This is not about elections in America. This is not about party rivalry. This is a united concern. Secondly, America does not send lawmakers to a country unless they are preparing for a major report. And that report will influence foreign aid, military support, sanctions, visa restrictions, diplomatic policies, intelligence sharing. This is exactly how large international pressure begins. Now let us look at the Nigerian angle. The government has consistently rejected the word genocide. They say what is happening is terrorism, banditry, ethnic clashes, and criminal activities. They say Muslims and Christians are both victims. They say the violence is not targeted at one group. But here is the problem. When the killings begin to follow a particular pattern, when communities that share the same belief are attacked repeatedly, when churches are burned, pastors killed, and school children abducted, when perpetrators are rarely arrested or prosecuted, when the killings keep increasing, the international community begins to suspect that something deeper is going on. And that is why America has come in person. When you look at this visit, one thing becomes clear. The United States is no longer treating the situation in Nigeria as ordinary insecurity. The fact that members of Congress traveled all the way to Nigeria themselves shows that Washington wants first-hand information, not second-hand reports. Nothing in this visit suggests any political outcome in America. The focus here is on Nigeria, on the killings, and on whether the Nigerian government is truly doing enough to protect Christians and vulnerable communities. For months, US lawmakers have been raising questions, demanding answers, and asking why the violence keeps increasing. Now they have decided to come and see things directly. It tells you the concern is serious. It tells you the pressure is rising. And it tells you that the world is watching Nigeria more closely than ever before. And now, lawmakers are collecting evidence to decide the next step. So, what should Nigerians expect? Expect a full US congressional report in the coming weeks. Expect stronger language from Washington. Expect the US to consider placing conditions on any future military support. Expect conversations about visa restrictions for Nigerian officials if things do not improve. Expect international pressure to increase as the world pays closer attention. And the biggest one, expect the genocide question to return to the center of international debate. Remember, once America calls something genocide, the entire world begins to react. My people, no matter how we look at this, Nigeria is entering a new phase. The US has stepped into the matter officially. The question now is simple. What will Nigeria do? Will the government show evidence that things are improving? Will they intensify operations in the affected areas? Will they address the international community with transparency? Or will the situation continue to escalate? These next few months will reveal everything. As always, we will keep watching, we will keep reporting, and we will keep breaking it down clearly for everyone to understand.
Hey, my people. On that note, make I leave una. Oh, by the way, who celebrate birthday like this? Who celebrate birthday like this? Christmas in the village. Oh, I see Kene right there. Kene was among the people there in the village celebrating birthday. See the food when they share, give everybody. Sanctions will not work. The US should empower Nigerians by releasing Tinubu's shady deals and certificates. They don't kukuma Adam join waiting that they ask for. We'll see. I think Migwa, Ibi, welcome, oh, Migwa, oh. Yes, so thank you, Migwa. I like to take the answer. Migwa Vredo. Did I say that right? Migwa, you say Migwa, I say Vredo. Did I say that right? I'm gonna correct me if I say I'm right, too. You drink Limca, not Fanta. I better go sit down. You too dey braggy. You went there night. I see you for the picture. You dey back with white glasses. See the food that they share give una. They can't make tea. You know, see the Bonvita. I mean Bonvita be that one. Some type of cocoa drink. Share and give all of una for Christmas. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, okay. I remember. Thank you, Ibi. Brando. Honestly, I can't stand Tinubu and cause his voice and face, but for Remi, I don't see a human face. That baby is absolutely, yeah. If you look at her eyes, that woman not be normal person. I hear she's the singular most influential person in Tinubu's life. So you can imagine what you are saying right now. Who's influencing it? Just think about it. They say she's even worse than Tinubu. We are complaining about Tinubu. The wife is. Do you know what that means? Okay. Naolo food drinks with a drink. We should be Naolo. Mike, I don't know that one though. She looks. Did you see the picture of her on that cap? You see her eye. Her eye not dey settle. It's really weird. I say, man, this woman is not a normal person. You're old enough to have used one kobo. Okay. Oh, thank you very much, Ifeanyi. I appreciate. Thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate it. They see they make Bonvita see the trend though. I dey see her for some comedy skits when I dey watch. I dey see Bonvita and Milo. Hey, God. Yeah, she looks, I'm telling you, her eyes, if you look at her eyes, there's something telling about those eyes. That man is not normal. I hear she's worse than Tinubu, so you can imagine. She said that one time they said she made a statement, she was like, they said she wasn't going to come back to the Senate. When she was a senator, that they will make sure she doesn't come back. She now says she's willing to do anything to get power. Anything. She's on before any, may I first say allegedly, but I hear it, the comments are out there in the open. So just in case, because I can't find the video right now to play for you guys, so let me put allegedly there, because I dey manage myself. I no fit shout. I want to be able to say a lot very well for a very long time. So anyway, yeah, that she's ready to do anything for power. So imagine that kind of mindset with someone like that. We don't have an office of first lady in the Nigerian constitution, but she has an office. You know who said this? Babangida's wife, Miriam Babangida, is the one that started this whole BS. Before we know they know who president wife be. We know they interested. Now Babangida wife, nice starter. Let me go. When Coke was 29 CA, I think she probably is. Her eyes are not normal. That woman is not a normal. This is my first time. Oh, thank you so much, Spider. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Bless you too. Thank you. I appreciate it. And they see, yes, they still get picnic now. They dear. Picnic still there. Oh, it go nowhere. Bonvita does, yeah, it doesn't dissolve in cold water at all. You prefer over, yeah. You know what I preferred? Horlicks. I liked Horlicks. Now Horlicks I did like, I will prefer then. When I go make them that time, I preferred Horlicks. I'll drink Canada Dry. Now drinks wey Igbineji Okada air the bottle for Edo State back in the day. Oh really, Michael? Interesting. Canada Dry, no be ginger ale be that. Now ginger ale be Canada Dry now. She's a na by like that. She be pastor, but she dey collect title, traditional title. Exactly, Rose. So you can imagine it, right? Remi Tinubu na the kind person. If you see what the comments since that whole incident with Adeleke, my goodness. If you go to somebody showed me the comments from Tunde Ednot's page. My goodness. If you see the way they are dragging this woman, they can't use, there's a picture of Cruella when they use. Now Cruella be the woman. I don't know. The woman look very scary. May I say that I go fit pull am up before I go. Remi Tinubu and wetin be this man name? Adeleke, right? I don't remember his first name again. Where is it? This was when the incident happened, right? Look at her eyes. Look at those eyes. Those are not normal eyes. There's something very sinister about this woman. Very sinister. Look, see the picture. When they put side by side with hers, this picture, then they use side by side. God. Listen, this was where she was warning him. Yeah, that's it. That's it. When the kind person we go look for the guy wey take her virginity and kpai am 50 years later just because she still believe the guy broke her. Like, I know. Well, hey, the woman, I hear say her level of wickedness not be here. Horlicks was before the war. I don't know when it started, but I know I liked Horlicks. I wasn't born before the war. There was Horlicks, I'm sure. Okay, so you never had Horlicks? Oh, I loved Horlicks. Yeah, Horlicks is sweet. Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, hot one though. They used to make it hot then for me. Short cake biscuit, yes. Short bread. I think that short bread they call that biscuit, yeah. And then short cake, yeah. Is it shortbread and shortcake? I can't remember. I'm getting it confused now. But I remember the shortcake biscuit. Yeah. Horlicks still dey na. Not my Kene na. Not my. You know as Kene dey do. Since Kene don dey follow ancient of days because of billions when the woman get. We no dey hear word again. Anything wey e see na e dey pull out of im nose, im ear, everywhere. No my Kene. Kene, how is your mama? How is your mama? Peak Milk and Crowns and Clean, all the same company. Oh really? I don't know say na the same company dey make am o. We need Luigi Mangione in Nigeria. Oh really? Who be Luigi again? No be video game be that. There was a Luigi video game. Why am I confusing it? Who is this Luigi Mangione? Abeg. Horlicks na British. Ooh, she has so. I'm telling you, her eyes are not. They're very unsettling. But still, they exist for UK. E still even dey Nigeria. Not my Kene. I say since Kene dey follow old mama, we know dey hear word again. Kene followed the money. They say make person no dey fall for money, but here's Kene, an example. He follow billions. Kene dey dig for gold. They say men don't dig for, but Kene for where digging for gold. You don't carry and go reach mama hand. That picture is from an old Bible. Oh really? Aha. If you can't sleep, just exactly. Horlicks. It was really good drink. Oh, I don't know if it still has the same quality now. Shortcake, not shortbread. Okay. Shortcake. Okay. Mona no vex, don't take. I know they eat all these things again. God, I beg you. I meant actual sweets from her. Oh, really? There was so that they make sweets too. I only know about the drink. I don't know about the sweets. Standard cabina. I don't know which one I prefer that time. I can't remember. I cannot remember, but I know that there was a cabin biscuit we used to eat with you go do am, you put milk inside, you can't crush am. Which one was that? I don't know, but cabin biscuit wasn't my favorite, to be quite honest. I didn't really like it. Exactly, not get taste. I didn't like it. A lot of people used to go crazy about it, crazy over it. Me, I didn't really like it. It wasn't my thing. I didn't like cabin biscuit at all. I didn't like it. Thank you, Tracy. Na so. Kene. Now another one. Every time you want to, they overdo. I don't know this one they follow billionaire when they old billionaire. That's so that they do. I don't understand. They look for a way to find trouble. Shiny. Thank you, Tracy. Here. Don't go deeper with Luigi reference. What do you mean she shouldn't go deeper with Luigi reference? Kene, what do you mean by that? I kind of feel like Kene is subtly insulting me somehow. You be like say you dey throw jab. You dey throw jabs at me, Kene. I know. You dey shade me. You are throwing shade. I can't repeat so as not to get your channel in trouble. Google. Okay, I go Google and see. Shortbread is new na Mavi. Wetin dey worry you, Kene? Why are you trying to age me backwards? I don't understand. Na me say you dey try to age everybody because you dey follow billionaire when e pass you when senior your grandmama. I don't understand. Is it na me send you message? Egba me. I not send you message. Why you dey try to change me? Not be terrible eyes. Just yes. Now the human eye is very unsettling. No, I only like to look at pictures. Very unsettling. That woman there's something off. Now when she bend her mouth and she begin talk, you go know say this one a wickedness personified. RCCG members are condemning Remi Werekpe. Oh, really? They are? That's a first. Are you serious? They're condemning her. Hey, do you know, I saw a comment the other day. Somebody now said, meanwhile, she's not Yoruba, oh, she's Ishekiri, oh. That all the Emilocos will not come out now and rate her heritage and rate her and her children. It was so funny. I read it, the way the person wrote it made me laugh so hard. The man that buy a CEO in America. Oh, got it. Oh my God, I don't make the connection. Okay, got it. Now I understand, Rose. Thank you, Spider. Yes. I remember Luigi. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, okay. You said you mentioned it yesterday, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Village people like cabin biscuit because that's all they could afford. I did not like that cabin biscuit. I did not. For the life, I grew up in a small town now, next to. I mean, you could even say village. I never like. It was too bland. It was tasteless. I didn't like it. I was like, eh. I never liked it. I wasn't a fan of it at all. That cabin biscuit I dey survive for school back in the day. You go put blue band margarine. Yeah, I remember then they'll put blue band margarine too. Some they go put milk, they'll come crush this. I did not like it. For the middle, drink plenty water and you go fit read all night long. Rose, I get it now. Thank you. I get it now. Yeah. Yeah, health insurance. Yeah, Kenny. Yes, absolutely. It's one of the, so yes, he is. Yes. If we have people who can do that, is a man that, yes, Spider, thank you. Coming biscuit now, boarding school staple food. I know. I had friends then in boarding school. When they go for shopping, for back to school, the cabin biscuit, I did not like that biscuit one bit. I not like them. Blue band margarine and it will come out from the holes in the cabin. Hey, Kenny, your memory is sharp. Huh? You remember? That's true. By the time they go rub that butter for inside, the holes for those cabin biscuit, the butter will come, they push out from inside. Without cabin biscuit, now hunger for my person for school. Who remember? Paysetters, I read Paysetters, The Incorruptible Judge. Yeah. I don't remember the details of it now, but I know I read The Incorruptible Judge, and I was a fan of Paysetters then. I remember. All over the internet, most of them are waking up to reality, saying a pastor receiving. Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's nice to hear. Tracy, for real? Wow. That's amazing. Because they hardly ever speak up. Oh, that is a first. Wow. Bless, I will go do research, find out too. Yeah, they not do touch not my anointed for her matter. Wow, that's good though. So they're gradually waking up then. Okay, they're now waking up to the reality. Awesome. Sardines. I love sardines even till now. But you don't tell when I chop sardine, no. You don't reach like years now. Maybe I will go, as you just mentioned sardine now. Geisha. I go use geisha cook rice. This native rice or father rice. I go do one, come put dry fish inside. Just make this thing, local rice with palm oil. Use small palm oil, not too much. Hey! Tracy, what have you done? You just remind me now. I don't tell when I eat sardine and geisha. Now, yeah, exactly. I remember that time too. Even for university, when I did university for hostel that time, one make emergency food. Now geisha and sardine to the rescue, or smoked fish. We'll go market, go buy smoked fish. Kai, or a day bottom of cabin biscuit pack. Really? I don't remember that one. Maybe because I know they eat the biscuit, so I know they. She's the type of person that is more interested in being feared. Yes, scholar. Bam. She's more interested in, so she will do anything to make people fear her. Yes, that's the kind. And she looks like someone that will go any length. She doesn't care what it takes. She doesn't care what the cost is. She does not care. She will do just like she said, she will do anything for power. I mean, allegedly, that's exactly how I see her. And it's in her eyes, man. It's in her eyes. That woman not be. Nigerian drivers used to take that small bread and add geisha, then drink during break. Omo, that geisha, omo, that sardine make sense. So leave that thing. That sardine, the geisha, they make sense. But I didn't like geisha for bread though. It was sardine. I prefer sardine with bread. The geisha, I prefer it with if you want to make jollof rice, put the geisha inside, like concussion rice. That's what I loved, because sardine, the geisha had tomato sauce inside now. So it didn't taste the same way with sardine. So I prefer sardine with bread. You were Femi in your grade 6 play, the incorruptible judge. Hey, whoa, see Kene, oh, actor in the house. No wonder. Kene, you be the actor. Now I can now connect the dots. You suppose they act Nollywood or even Hollywood sef. Wetin come happen? You can't change course because you be very good actor. You will make a very good actor. You get the cabin biscuit drift, eat am with Coca-Cola or Fanta, and na heaven wey we dey in those days. You guys are hilarious. Wow. You love Pesetas, especially the artwork. Yeah, I enjoyed Pesetas a lot. Those were my favorite books to read back then. Yeah. And Agatha Christie. I read Agatha Christie as well. I love suspense books then. Reading is such a beautiful thing, oh my goodness. Anytime I pick up a book, immediately I'm zoned in. Like I can see, I picture the scenes, everything. Picture the introduction. I'm right there, like I was there as I'm there while they're writing the book or telling the story. It takes you, man. We travel. Most of us travel all over the world just by reading books. My goodness. Books never lose that art of reading books. So it's really it triggers your imagination. It really does. Ewo, Ovie, how now? Area, how you dey? Welcome, how body? Happy Tuesday. People are waking up. I'm glad to hear, really, because before you couldn't talk about any of their pastors or whatever, even though they are doing wrong. No critical thinking, nothing, no challenge, nothing. You can't be a zombie now. Well, I'm glad to hear. Did you guys ever place sliced bread in between papers and then press them with a pressing iron? It don't bring another level. I don't know that one though. In between, which they try to achieve? Toast bread. Now frying pan, I know so we use that time. At least me, I use frying pan that time. Yeah, in between, you go press them with iron. Oh God. Tracy, leave me now. You know me and food. I love food though. I love food, man. Forget. Now all this intermittent fasting, they save me. Otherwise, I for don rock. I for rock tofu everywhere. Una for now they see my neck again and my face. Now all this intermittent fasting and once a day eating, and when I fast like that, my God, I will already prepare. I would already think wetin I go cook. When that fast finish like this, when it reach time for me to eat, I go take my time. Agbagbe. I love food is life. Are you kidding? It's a long throat one. Long throat one finish before you. As I hear sardine, all my ear just stand. I love sardine so honestly, especially that Nigerian sardine, not be all these oyibo ones. I don't know that Nigerian sardine hits different. All those oyibo ones, I don't know the thing they do as get us. I don't try am, follow. I beg, for match. Then when they can't reduce the fish, it was used to be 4. They can't reduce am to the thing vex me. I say, why did they reduce it? I felt cheated. I think that 3 days now. Na village ajebo, I'm telling you. That's why Kami biscuit at all. That Kami biscuit be like sandpaper for my throat. Does it be this? You say me I eat this one, I will go have a cocoyam for farm now. Roast am or take am do porridge. Wetin be Kami biscuit? Oh my god. Make sure you put your picnic inside. Picnic inside where? Inside where? Inside where? Of your inside where you put the picnic. Udara, which one be Udara? Which Udara is that what do they call them? Udara. Is that what's the name of this fruit? Oh, when it gets seed for instance, when they do chewing gum. Or which one be Udara? Or is it the one for corn? Mona, help me, please. Help me explain Udara. Capri Sun. Oh my god. You know, I remembered Capri Sun. I think I went to Costco. I just a waka. I no need to carry my eye go kids section. I just see Capri Sun. I be like picking where enter candy store. Now so I scream Capri Sun. E don tey. I buy the Capri Sun. No. Omo, I enjoy myself well. As I reach house, and so I open the first pack of Capri. E no reach me drink oh. All those Capri Sun, be like say they don dey cheat people. The thing small oh. Okay, well na children drink, so maybe na im make. Omo, I drink like 3 that day. I was say abeg oh, which kind life be this? That was the last time that was what recently actually, maybe a couple of months back, and I buy that Capri Sun. Longer throat, I'm telling you. Longer. I own it. Tracy is jealous of my longer throat. When I hear sardine like this, my ear just stand. Sardines, you don't take. Yeah, Rose, I won't take it past her, to be honest. I've heard a lot of terrifying stories about her. A lot. Very terrifying, no. That woman not be regular. She's not your regular. She's on another level. Geisha with green label. Yeah, that green. Geisha with green label. Green label, is it not a drink? Wait. Yeah, geisha get green label, if that's what you mean. Then he has a drawing of fish on the body. Yeah, now they always now when I did university, I use geisha. I used to do concussion rice that time. We said leave. Now Origi Sarowiwa. Oh, I love St. Leave. Oh my god. My sister-in-law, her parents came to visit. She sent me a pack of St. Leaf dry. Oh my god, I use it to make pepper soup. I can't use it to make fish pepper soup. I can't sprinkle the St. Leaf, the dry one. Oh my, the aroma. Oh my. Oh, forget about it. I was on the island by the beach with pina colada on the other. Oh, that is life. That is life. St. Leaf in fish. I can't sprinkle the thing inside. You know what I miss is I miss this leaf. What did they call them? That they use to make pepper soup. Oh my god, I can't remember it right now. The leaves long. Lemongrass. I miss the smell of fresh lemongrass. I miss it so much. The smell of fresh lemongrass, because we had it when we had it in the garden at the back of my house then. Man, the smell, the aroma, we use to do pepper soup. My goodness, that thing is healing, man. Mills and Boon. I never read Mills and Boon. I wasn't into Mills and Boon, but I had friends that were into Mills and Boon. When they class, they go carry Mills and Boon, put for their lap, they go they read. As teacher, they teach. I remember I used to tell my mom, what is this about this book that you people will just forget yourselves when you are reading. They will just forget where they are. I never got into. I tried to read it, but I just flow like that for me. It was too flowery, as in a man, roughly handsome. You guys the thing they describe the man, rough, handsome, or something. The guys that they describe as the man look rough and rough handsome. The girl maybe some same old. It didn't catch me like that. So Mills and Bone, I not really follow for that one. I try read them, but I'm not interested. Harley Chase, yes, I was there. James Harley Chase, yeah, James Harley Chase, Agatha Christie, Pace Setters. Those are the books I read. Now 5 naira crayfish you dey put for. I'm telling you, and say 5 naira crayfish dey plenty well oh. Forget that thing. You use 5 naira crayfish cook like how many times if you dey cook every day? Say forget oh, that concoction rice is the best. When hunger will all hit you like this, you all come back from class, you never eat since morning, that hunger go hit you. You quick fair. Our side that time na ekpoma rice we dey chop, izozugono rice from ozugono. We just cook the thing, local rice, carry this thing small oil, put am. Oh, don't take me back, please. Geisha and sardine. Geisha was cheap. Sardines were cheap now. Geisha and sardines were cheap. Come on now, Meke. It was like a dime. It was nothing. Do you remember Hammer House of Horror? Yeah, that thing used to fear me. Oh, I used to be afraid of watching Hammer House of Horror. I used to hide. That thing was real horror for me. I used to be afraid. Yeah. Netflix has another Knives Out movie coming out. Nice mystery movie. Is it good? Do you recommend it? Okay. Willy Nollywood. I watched Willy that time. Oh, hey, fear go dey catch person for night to sleep. Now him be say you be real kpako. Make a chop cabin. You remember 5 naira crayfish? Omo, people are exposing themselves today. Kene has exposed himself. Kene is an actor. Oh my God. Hey. I was scared of Willy. Willy dey fear me that time. I know they fit sleep for night. Good writers have their. I'm telling you, like once I pick up a book like this, I just start bam. Like I'm reading this book about how Singapore, right, got out of what they were going through, how this man was able to take them from where they are. I'm like right there in Singapore. I just see myself in my imagination. I'm right there. I'm with them in the room when they're having discussions. I'm with them when they're having the tough, making the tough decisions. Books are amazing, man. If your imagination, you want to sharpen your imagination, books. I can't do this whole reading on the phone or reading. I need paper. It has to be paper, book. Because I like to read and mark my books. But now you can't really help it. Sometimes you only have access to electronic books, so you go just manage read them. So I read electronic books sometimes. It has the same effect, but man, there's only like holding a book and you are reading and it transports you. Oh no, man. Toast bread for Shade. Now they iron in between. Hey, that's not toast bread they want to do like that. Now frying pan they use that time. Now they use, and the truth is that I didn't really know I didn't grow up with toast bread. We didn't, this bread, egg. That wasn't a thing where I was growing up. I remember, guys, I grew up in a village. All this bread, egg, we know they do one for village at all. We know they do all this bread, egg. Worst case scenario, you eat yam, roasted yam or boiled yam with bitter leaf sauce and a garden egg. Like strictly vegetarian food. Now we dey eat for village. You want all una big men they eat now we dey eat for village that time. You understand? All this una bread and egg in the morning with tea and all of that. Nah, we know they do one. We dey drink Horlicks, yeah. every so often, but it wasn't such a, we're not really breakfast like that. Anyway, reading 2 hours a day puts you on top 1% readers in the world. I'm telling you, reading is amazing. Oh, it's very good to read, man. I know they take and play. Sometimes when I don't have time to read, they feel one kind. Reading is such an amazing skill to have. Able to read, your imagination will be sharp. James Hadley Chase, Robert Ludlum. I don't know who Robert Ludlum is. I know Pesetas, VC Andrews. I know maybe I've read a couple of the books. I can't remember. Frederick Forsyth. Yep. I read some of his books as well. Yeah. From Niger Blackouts. Exactly. That thing you just carry book. Omo. Me, I love food, but I need to lose weight. My dear, I see if to say not be intermittent fast. I for be roly poly, as in I go dey roll as I dey waka. I go dey heave when I dey waka. I'm telling you, you gotta just know how to measure am. Like check how you take dey do am, because But I love food though. I don't take food play. Mona forget that thing. Omad is the way to go. Yeah, exactly. Omad. 1 meal a day, that's what I do. Sometimes I do intermittent, so I eat today, I don't eat tomorrow. I eat today, I don't eat tomorrow. And sometimes I'll do 3 days straight, just water, right? Give my body a break. So that's what helps me. Otherwise, man, I would have been massive, man. God, the way I like food. Cutting down carbs, all those things, man. I don't dey do all this cutting down carbs. Now once a day I dey eat. 4 o'clock I don't chop. That's it for the day. Then if I dey crave before 7, I must eat anything I want to eat. I must eat them before 7. If I dey crave anything, I get walnuts. I will just bring walnuts. Or I dey like this roasted peanuts in a bag when they sell for Mexican store. Oh, excuse me. Sometimes I'll have that. Just have a few of those. Apart from that, or pumpkin seeds. I like pumpkin seeds a lot. Yeah, so I do like, and it was a friend of mine that taught me that actually. Like she'll eat today, tomorrow she won't eat again, then tomorrow she won't eat. That's what she did. That's what she does, and she stayed on it for months. And I've seen, she tells me how impactful. So I got on it because I used to do like 3 days fast, and eat on the 4th days. The most I've done now is 5 days straight. I did 5 days straight. I wanted to see how my body would, push my body to see. And I was able to do it. I was like, wow. And it felt so good. It's such a great feeling. I'm not going to lie, to be honest. Because, you got to watch for your high blood pressure, blood sugar, and all the rest of them. Those things are important. Anyway. Moving along, and then of course zobo drink and beet juice. Which one be Ovie workouts? Ovie, you get workouts 4 hours 4 days a week. You can eat whatever. What is it? Tell us now. Tell me, I beg. I won't learn. What's your workouts regimen? Share with us. You dey cram kai. Nigerians say we cram in 5 and 6. Not be so that they teach us 2 hours reading a day. That's a lot of you. Our food is too much carbs. No, I don't think so. It depends on how you cook it. Most of our food is steamed. Remember, I don't know what you mean by too much carbs. Like for me, growing up, I used to eat a lot of mushrooms. Right? We used to eat a lot of mushrooms. We hardly ate meat in my house. It was game meat, like bush meat. Because my dad used to hunt. So if you come, bring antelope, go clean and do everything, everywhere go full of bush meat. Okay? So we hardly ever ate meat or even goat meat. Even chicken itself, it was rare. When you eat chicken in our house, maybe we made Christmas, sometimes Easter. That's it. And then goat meat once a year. Maybe like, what's it called? Christmas time. Cow meat hardly ever. Now bush meat we dey eat. So I grew up on, I was vegetarian before it became a thing. Do you understand? So even if you're eating yam in my house, you're eating with a lot of bitter leaf sauce. bitter leaf mixed with garden egg. You know that garden egg? I don't forget wetin dem dey call am. We get name for am for my local dialect. I can't remember right now. But you go mix am with the bitter leaf sauce. Take and eat. Omo. Bitter leaf, yeah. And then sometimes one want to make soup, one make banga soup, we'll use bitter leaf, grind bitter leaf, put am inside the banga soup with plenty of mushrooms, and then dry, and then smoked fish, right? So we hardly ate anything that was like now that you will see and say, we don't eat fast food. What was fast foods then? We didn't know any fast. And my mom could bake, so she used to bake meat pies at home, sausage rolls, scotch egg, buns, donuts. My mom could do all those things. So sometimes she would just bake and do all those things for us and we'll eat. But that was rarely. And we didn't have sugar in the house. We never ate sugar. I tasted my first sugar when I was 21. There was nothing like sugar in my house. You know, they eat sugar, right? So the only closest to it was maybe fruit season, orange season. You go drink orange, you go tire. And when you drink that orange, you go sleep for bathroom, man. The orange is there. No, if you drink them, you are rushing to the bathroom, right? And then sugarcane season, that time fresh, very juicy. Go dey chew the stem. More that was the closest. Or the cherry, that fruit, that one that you eat that has seeds inside, you turn it to chewing gum and chew till forever, right? I had that season. That one will come, go chop. Pineapple season go come, go watermelon, all these fruits. No, please. I was vegetarian before it became a thing. So growing up, as you got older, you interact with people, you start to learn other types of foods. That's it. So I don't know about too much. And then we steam a lot of our foods. We want to do more and more steaming, right? You want to do even pounded yam that you eat. You eat it with a lot of vegetable soup or black soup. You used to eat it with a lot of black soup. So, Agbalumo, exactly. Agbalumo, bam. Yeah. Okay, agbalumo. Is agbalumo I'm even talking about. The season for agbalumo or pear, the one you eat with corn, right? That pear that you eat with corn. Oh my God. When the season go come, like even avocado season that time, avocado used to go bad. It go spoil for that tree because nobody they chop am. Hey! And then sour soup. When sour soup season go come that time, it go full everywhere. I didn't like sour soup then. I used to struggle to eat it, but I used to eat it though because it was a fruit, and we used to have neighbors with trees. So when they harvest like that, they will bring some for us. So as children now, you want to try things. More. Yeah, exactly. Picnic, sardine, agege bread. That's too much. Hey, Ovie, that's too much. Hey, I know sardine and agege, yeah. I never tasted agege bread. Agege bread almost na different level with ewa going. Agege bread and ewa going. Oh my God. Ooh la 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 la. Especially when it's freshly baked. I wish I dey cram. If I read something I no understand am, I go read the book again and again. I start to read books without pictures from age 9, primary 4. Wow, I started much earlier than that too. My dad was into books, so he used to bring books home. You must read the book. You can't tell am wetin you read. Now I start to dey read though. That's impressive though. That's how we stand out among so many panelists. Ovie, what's the exercise now? Tell us. Share. Tracy used to watch her pinafore with starch and add blue in her. Oh my God. I did this too. How many of us did? I did this. You put blue. Make your white they sparkle. You put blue inside the water to wash. Ah, God, Kede, you're not a nice person. See what you remember. Oh my God. I went to school whose name was Ovie Whiskey. Reverse people. As you sure say not be the same Ovie be this because they behave like whiskey. Oh. Origi Sarowiwa, na PH slangs meaning, na original to the extreme. Okay. Efirin. Hey, Saint Leave. Oh boy. Man. So, Mr. Tokumbo, welcome. Kai. I'm telling you, that's the life. Everything even a king of boys. Bam! EB, hey, your head dead there. You clock am. I really think she was the metaphor in that movie. Bam! Now she be the king. Now Bulaba and the lackeys be the boys. I'm telling you, EB. Now she be the real king. You see, Tinubu wey dey see, so not be him dey make all the decision. Now that's him wife dey make the decision. Gbabe, take it. Now that woman dey make that decision. Lemon, yeah, we used to have it in my house. Yeah, they used to drive chase snakes away, but I love the smell. Lemongrass smell. Oh my god. That's why the trouble in Nigeria is so sad. I want to go exactly. I dey tell one of my friends today, say I like brand new reader, maths and other textbooks. So when them but I'm brand new for me. I go bury my face inside to smell them as I flip. Oh yeah, especially you know the funny thing, older books. I dey like the smell of old books, right? I dey like the smell of old books. Then if my friend, if I want borrow book from them, right? They will tell me say. They'll say, abeg Omoye, not smell this book. Or not smell. I'll say, abeg, leave me. I love the smell of old books. Yeah. Fabio Mills and Boone, you no go catch me dey read am. I know I never read it. It didn't do much for me. I really did. It was too flowery, as in it too fake for me. Basically, I was like, oh please. I had a friend that was so into it. When she starts to describe the men, she told me, oh my god, you should read it. So it never not really click. Mills and Boone are fairy tales for teen girls back then. Exactly. The same in my school. I never cared for Mills and Bones either. I love pace setters. Yeah. Nwamaka, reading of anything, not necessarily a book. Read instead of intensively. Yeah, of course you can do that if you want. You can do as much. No, right now everybody's reading extensively because everybody anywhere you see material and now they read. Online, you're reading everything you are reading. It's all part of it now. Who remember Debomi? That name rings a bell. Debomi Davis. Yeah, that name rings a bell. Who was he again? I can't remember. I like Puff Puff and Chin Chin. Yeah, Chin Chin. Yeah. Michael, they use boiler, cookie and pottage for. God, I beg you. Kene, how you tell no say Michael they use but wait a minute, that boiler true it was active for a lot of things. So some of us use boiler to boil egg. When I forget that thing. Let's be telling the truth. It's true. That boiler it was effective. You want to go boil water to take bath in the morning, you use that boiler. That boiler came in very, very useful. Sorry guys, I won't charge my phone. The thing almost shut down on me just now. Thank God say I catch am. That boiler shock and dey shock. Yeah, even dey blow, e go blow socket if dey work again or something dey faulty. If you on am, e go just turn everything off. I remember Puff Puff and Chin Chin is not nostalgic, Rose. We will eat that. Oh my goodness. I don't eat them because of the need to lose weight. Kene is lekpa. You know what is lekpa? Kene is skinny. Kene not get meat for body. Kene fit eat the whole house. You no go know. E no go show for him body. Don't be deceived though. Kene not be like us. When we say if we chop small thing, the whole world go know say we don't chop. Kene can eat the entire house. E no go show. Una not see the tiger nut when he eat that day when they show us say he eat a whole bag of tiger nuts. Now Kene finish. You see say show for him body. Lie. Abeg. Una not compare yourself with Kene. Kene is a very skinny, willingy man. Na him be. Go come here, come dey deceive us. I don't know as to say they cope with Alakija. Anyway, it's all about the billions. What do I know? Tracy, both water and bucket will shock you. I no go boarding school, but I cruise portable electric ceramic ring stove well. Yeah, now we take dey cook for hostel that time for university. Yeah, when I dey off campus, yep. Na inside hostel we take use that ring. I no stay. I tell you, especially that iron bucket. That iron bucket dey injure people. That iron bucket injure my leg. God, very hard bucket. If you by mistake use your leg hit am, oh my goodness. Kai. Hey, Folashade Cochrane done. Did you ever make it? Mona no laugh me, oh. Will you ever make it? Oh, at the cocoa, I don't. Hey, I remember that song. Will he ever hell no see another thing me go sing? Will he ever get there? Will he ever make it? Will he ever hear the sound of the cockroach? I don't. Oh boy, see song now. See song. Oh my God. When I don't, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Rose, you're very right. I'm most productive when I don't eat. Yeah, that's very correct. It gives you energy. It's almost like your body burns, your body just gives you more energy. It's fantastic feeling. I won't even lie. Have you ever been there? Have you ever heard the sound of the cockroach? I don't. Oh. You dey mind Kene, Tracy. You dey mind Kene. Your boss say Kene na short knicker and shirt. Na dey wear the shirt wey im hand short sleeve shirt. Na im wear take graduate. Ignore Kene. Abeg, dem come give dem tie or bow tie for neck. Mushrooms are very, yeah. Did we know that time? As children, we used to cry. We say, no, we want fish, we want bush meat. Tales by moonlight. Eggplant, yes. Garden egg, eggplant, bam. Yes. Tales by moonlight. I used to enjoy Tales by moonlight too. I used to look forward to that show. Those stories. Oh my God, I used to live for it. That was life. Beautiful country. Animals turn out to zoo. I'm telling you. Bassi and Company. The new masquerade. Samanja. Tracy. You reach to ask Kene whether I see you for dream. It's also the dream of Alakija. Wetin dey drag you for? Oh my God. Ube with corn. You know say they get yellow corn that time, they can't get white corn. Then they get corn when get different color. Now remember, when you go get black, you go get different color like that. Oh my God. And they get the one when be say when the corn don't old, they'll come boil am until it pop. It won't be like popcorn, but now boiled one. Then they send am with coconuts that time. Then they hawk am. Now remember that one? That thing, I love am. Omo. Now inside na village they sell those. I don't know they sell am for city, but man, that thing was good. Bassi and Company, Madam, it's a matter of cash, yeah. Plenty water. Say that again. Say it again. I'm telling you. Maybe I have a time machine. Saw you with blue pinafore with white check. Inside Out. I've watched it, but I can't remember the details of it now. Everything seems very blurred to me right now. Inside Out, yeah. Yeah. She dey add pepper, yep. We go all girls school and join marching band so boys go admire us. You guys are not serious. So, Michael, you and Kenny, 12 now. Thank God say guy not dey here. It would have been chaotic. I'm telling you. Or maybe na me just like babes wey dey matching pants. So you like babes when they sabi match, okay. They do their thing for inter-house sports or children's national day. Maybe na you get the problem. Oh, when we do cross country, we must go to all the boys' school. Na so na ring boiler. Cross country once a month. Yes, schools get wives and husbands. I knew it. You be like babe wey go smile for guy then and laugh am when he come try toast you using the small grammar wey he learn from Shakespeare. Oh my god. Remember new Nigerian newscaster? Yeah. What's this woman's name? Benamesia. Is it Benamesia Opia? How do you say her name? Something Opia. Oh my god, I love that woman. Her smile, her face. Beautiful, the woman, very classy type of woman. Is it Benamesia Opia? Mona help me remember the name. I loved, and then there was another woman. I can't remember her name now. There were a few of them that I really liked. When they read the news, they'll say catchy funny, they'll talk 3 language before they end. Elizabeth Nze, that's right. Now Ruth Benamesia Opia, they always quick remember. Out of all of them, her name never left me. I'm telling you, Tracy, Mike and Kennedy, they do tag team with you. Lola Ogunbambi, Ruth Benamesia. Oh, I loved those women, man. That's when we had newscasters. Uncle Gaga, who's Uncle Gaga? I don't remember Uncle Gaga. Tracy will ignore you when you ask her, excuse me, dancing. Uncle Gaga was a troublemaker. Did you read My Father's Car? We were all singing and dancing to the song. Oh, really? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Welcome, John. Remember Zebudaya? Jegede was always bragging how rich he was and the only millionaire in Nigeria. I'm telling you. I love Zebudaya. Zebudaya na no nonsense. He not sent. He go speak am however he like. And Ovuleria was very patient too. Ovuleria try. And then Gringori. All those people. Man, those were the days that we had really decent shows. Actually, wore shorts as senior student. I was one of the few that he show with short sleeve and short knicker. And mischievous too, if I may add. Anyone know the title of Edo traditional series that they say a lot of proverbs in? I don't remember anyone though. I didn't grow up. When I was coming up, I came up in Ibadan. I remember the traditional one that I knew in Ibadan was there was a radio show that they used to they'll say the words of our fathers are words of wisdom. They'll give parables, they'll say the parables, they will explain the meaning. I love that program. It was on radio then. When we were going to school, my dad used to tune to that station because we loved it. We would listen to it. It was really good. That's the one I know. I don't know about the one in Edo. And not too that was always hungry. You know all the sweet newscasters back in the day. Then on Sunday, Felix, the guy last name just escaped me. I go, come on and ask, it's 9 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I remember somebody saying that. So his name is Felix. I remember somebody saying that. Do you know where your children are? Yeah. Multicolored corn. Tracy, you know. Oh my God. I used to love those multicolored corn. Oh. Yeah. Frank Olize, yes. Do you know where your children are? I remember. Second hand motto, help me push them. I don't know. I don't remember that. Yeah. Newsline, yes. Hey. Oh my God. Ruth, yes. Ronke Ayuba, yeah. Tokumba Ajayi, yes. Was in Kokora Dawn. He refused to give back the land. Okay. CNN Orwell Brown. Oh my God. Mr. Tokumbo, that is so true. CNN Orwell Brown. These people were amazing women, man. My Father's Car by SMO. You even remember the name of the person. Remember Ramuta, they fight again. I'm telling you, Ramata, whatever. That woman, they drag. I think it was when I enjoyed her when it was the role was played by Christy Igbokwe. I loved her in that role. That role was perfect for her. She was very good. She sabi make trouble with Jegede that time. Oh my God. Welcome, Cyprian. Greetings to you. In Benin, Benin say Hotel de Jordan. That's it. Hotel de Jordan. Yes, was a popular TV series. I remember Hotel de Jordan. Super Story, always waiting every Thursday evening to watch it at neighbor's house. Yeah. This is Super Story. I think that Edo one was Hotel de Jordan. Yes, it was. Anyone remember Cyril Stober? That name rings a bell. Cyril Stober, I think I remember him. Oh, I remember that name. Cyril Stober, NTA News. Bam. What was the name? What was their names in the Hotel de Jordan? I think there was Kabiesi. Wasn't there Kabiesi in Hotel de Jordan? Or am I getting it mixed up? Yes. Yes. Ọkọ mi ṣohun rere tí ọmọ mi ṣohun rere tí á dára o. Ọmọ mi gbọ́ tèmi tí á dára o. Ọmọ tó bá hùwà burúkú wọ́n ní bàbá ẹ̀ ló kọ́. Ọmọ tó bá hùwà burúkú, ọmọ tó bá hùwà something wọ́n ní bàbá ẹ̀ ló kọ́. Something like that. Ọmọ mi hùwà tó dá láyé. Tó dá yeah. Ayé tí mo wà yìí kò máa yé mi o. That woman, she was a global artist of her time. Fuji House of Commotion, yes. Super Story and Family Circle, Hotel de Jordan, yes. Especially the one with a sweet voice. Adios Family, Mr. Tokumbo, that is true. Adios Family was another good one, though. Funke Akindele in I Need to Know. I didn't know how at that time. I did not know Funke Akindele in that one. Yes, Serious Sober. Fumi Yonda. Yep. NTA. Amazing Days. Yeah. The nostalgia not be here. Casino Manager. Kokori. Demudia. Chief Ajax. Yep. Oh my God. Village headmaster. Now village headmaster, na him get Kabiesi. When they say Kabiesi, he go say, he go laugh, go back. He go spread the leg. He go come with him agbada. He go back. He go front. He go come climb, come go sit down for him throne. Oh my God. This was good, guys. Thank you for taking me back. Memory lane. Make we remember the good old Nigeria before these people with bad head come destroy am. Mirror in the sun. Hey. Oh my God. Are we going to get this country back? Abeg, Mona encourage me before I comot. Are we going to get this country back and get the opportunity to fix it for ourselves and for those that are coming after? Abeg. I need to be encouraged. You guys think this is doable? Is it doable? Are we going to be able to do it? Make it happen? Excuse me, guys. I'm feeling stuffy all of a sudden. I'm sorry about that. Good old days, yeah. Wins against my soul. That name, that rings a bell. I can't remember exactly now. Maddy Peace, you say no. You come with violence. You say no, okay. Yes, that's why the situation of Nigeria makes me sad. Yeah. Jonathan Gboza, DBS Radio, every Thursday evening, Pidgin program. Okay. I honestly don't know. Some people say Idemodia and Kokori no go better because he go don e God dey don make them poor, but them say na lie them talk, because poor man wey im work with his hand today na him get tomorrow. Which one be poor man dey suffer, babu dey work, monkey dey chop? Poor man dey suffer, babu dey work, monkey dey chop. Abi monkey dey work, babu dey chop. Which one is that? Who sing that song? Which show be that? Soul Train. Yeah, I remember Soul Train. Of course, it's Yago. Welcome. Of course, it's doable if we understand our responsibilities as citizens. Okay. Well, how do you think we can do that? So poor people wey im dey for this Jordan city, make una no worry, make una still dey work hard. Jaguar. Nothing like an old school, yeah. You think it was village? Poor man dey suffer, babu dey work. Monkey. I can't remember the song very well now, but man, I remember that song still in my head. Yeah. My people, thank you for bringing these wonderful memories back. That was Hotel de Jordan. Okay. Poor man dey suffer, babu dey work, monkey dey chop. Poor man dey suffer, babu dey work, monkey dey chop. Okay. We need Luigi's and Jerry. I'm telling you, we do. We really do. Sadiq Daba. Who's Sadiq Daba? Hold leaders accountable. Don't kiss their behind. Yago. Hey, we are holding them. The ones that are there now, uproot them first, because they have too many people kissing their asses there. We have too many people kissing their asses there. We have to first of all uproot them, leave that place for those people that don't believe in kissing asses to come and take over. Balamila. Is it Bala? Okay, Balamila show. That rings a bell. Balamila show. Omo, see memories, oh. Sadiq was in Kokra at dawn. Wow. Okay. Omo. Kokra at dawn, was it not based in Jos? I think it was based in Jos. Kokra at dawn. Sadiq Daba. Okay. Anyway, guys, this has been amazing. We started with Nigerian problem and we ended with food. Ovie not tell us wetin they do so that we go fit maintain. E don run. See am? You talk, you know, e don run. E just drop. If you do 4D, you know, I beg. Anyway, my people, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I really appreciate it. This has been fun. Honestly. So I enjoyed you guys have no idea. I enjoyed every bit of it. The nostalgia. Remember, taking it back. Oh my God. Yeah. Favorite shows, favorite food, childhood foods, and all of that. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. We didn't have GMOs that time. We didn't have to worry about what we are eating and stuff like that. But now people have to think about. Please, by the way, let me put it out there. If you eat noodles, Indomie noodles, please cut it out. Those things are poison to your body. Oh. Cut it out. Don't eat Indomie noodles. It's poison, literally. Please. Mona tell na people. I know some people for Nigeria, they buy and cook am for their children. If you notice, a lot of young people are having kidney failure and the rest of them. Now, some of these foods they cause am, especially they find link for kidney, for disease, for noodles, especially when they chop Indomie noodles. Biko, abeg. Thank you so much for Lashade. I appreciate. Checkmate was great as well. Yeah. Had just Stone in the beginning of show. Okay. He became NTA director. Okay. I say na lie. I say na big lie, oh. A man no go reach, oh. He make it reach like Chief Ajax. See me, they try to concoct the rhythm for my head. Take care and good night to Folashade. Locks and Joy soap. Yeah, I remember. Third Eye. Which one be Third Eye again? I don't remember. Imperial Leather soap. Hey! Kokori went out of this world the same day as my paternal grandfather. Oh, 31st day of August 94. Hey, yeah. May his soul rest in peace. May their soul rest in peace. Joy girl. Yes. Anyway, my people, Thank you so much. This was so amazing in the end. I really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful night. I will see you guys on my next show. Bye.